Get ready for a wild ride through some of the strangest and most mysterious clips you'll ever see. From ghostly apparitions to unknown flying objects and bizarre natural phenomena, each moment will leave you questioning the world around us. Trail cameras are both a blessing and a gateway to horror. We set them up to see what's happening when we're not there. But what if what they capture turns into your worst nightmare? Out in the quiet, empty woods, this trail camera picks up something strange. At first, it's just a regular shot of the trees. Nothing unusual. But then, we catch a figure moving from left to right. It's distant, but just close enough to make out a faint shape, though still unclear what it is. Could this be a spirit wandering through the woods? Or is it a trespasser, moving too quickly for the light to fully catch them? The way it slips by feels almost intentional, like it's avoiding the lens on purpose. Whatever it is, it's out there. A ghost or a trespasser. Either way, it's enough to make me rethink my next camping trip. Imagine being stuck in space due to a faulty spacecraft, and then out of nowhere, you hear a strange, haunting noise from the very spacecraft. That's the last thing any astronaut wants to deal with. But this is exactly what happened.
Houston on 2, I've got a question about the Starliner.
Houston's with you, Butch. Go ahead.
There's a strange noise coming through the speaker, and I didn't know if you could connect into the Starliner and let me keep mic and let you hear it. I don't know what's making it, but I don't know if there's something that maybe is connected between here and there, making that happen. But anyway, can you do that?
We can configure that, Butch. Give us a minute, and I'll call you back when it's ready.
Okay.
Astronaut Butch Wilmore reported hearing a pulsating sound coming from the Boeing Starliner docked to the station. You can hear it, a low, steady ping, echoing through the comms.
Okay, I'm going to keep the mic up next to the speaker.
Copy.
Hear that?
At negative, Butch, we did not hear anything.
The ground team listens in, baffled by the sound. Is it just interference? Or something far more disturbing?
All right, Butch, that one came through. It was kind of like a pulsing noise, almost like a sonar ping.
Yeah, I'll do it one more time, and I'll let y'all scratch your heads and see if you can figure out what's going on. Here we go. All right, over to you. Tell us if you figure it out.
Yep, good recording. Thanks, Butch. We will pass it on to the team and let you know what we find.
It's moments like these that make you think of every horror science fiction movie, where a harmless noise turns into something sinister. Could it be a malfunction? Or could it be something extraterrestrial? The longer you listen, the more unsettling it gets. This isn't the usual background noise of space missions. If it were, the astronauts wouldn't have made this call. So what's causing this? Is there something hiding on board the spacecraft? This is the last thing NASA wanted when their astronauts are stuck miles above Earth with no way out. It could well be some harmless sound emanating from a fixable issue. But what's not fixable is the poor nightmare surrounding this mission. First, the astronauts are stranded, and now this. Whatever it is, one thing's for sure. When you're isolated in space, with no quick way to return home, the unknown is your worst enemy. Let's hope if anything's out there, this isn't their way of saying hello. And let's all pray for the safe return of our astronauts. In a place where loss can feel overwhelming, this cemetery offers a touching way to honor loved ones. a way that brings their memory to life in the most comforting way possible.
This is a cemetery with full body cutouts.
Instead of traditional headstones, families have chosen life-size cardboard cutouts of their loved ones, capturing them in happier times, smiling, alive, and full of joy. It's a powerful contrast to the solemn atmosphere as the figures stand tall, almost as if they're still here, welcoming visitors with warmth. I respect their traditions, but I would not want to wander by accident at night in that place. I think my imagination would come up with the worst when I'd see these in the distance. So, you ever wondered how to avoid falling through ice? Well, let this polar bear show you how it's done. Instead of walking normally, this smart bear decides to go full commando mode. It crawls across the ice, but only using its front limbs, pulling its entire body along like it's on a stealth mission. Why? To avoid putting too much weight in one spot and breaking through the ice. Genius, right? Once it's safely across, like nothing happened, the bear casually gets back on all fours and strolls away like a boss. That's how you make an icy escape look smooth. Next time you're on thin ice, you know what to do. Channel your inner polar bear. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. To all those working night shifts, fair warning. This one's going to give you nightmares. It's the middle of the night in an empty office. Lights on, but no one's there. Take a look at that chair. It's moving, sliding slowly from one end to the other. Could it just be a gust of wind? Seems plausible. Until it changes direction. A breeze wouldn't do that. Something or someone is deliberately moving that chair. Is there someone hiding behind the counter, pulling a prank to scare the late-night staff? Or is there something more sinister at play? Maybe a restless spirit trying to make its presence known. The chair glides with eerie precision, almost like it has a mind of its own. That's what makes this so unsettling. This is not random. Imagine being alone in that office, watching a chair slide back and forth, with no explanation. Whether it's a prank or something paranormal, this is the kind of moment that makes you second-guess every shadow and every sound when you're stuck working late. Is it the wind or something watching you? Alright, something about this next clip just doesn't add up. We've got a massive crab in the water, or do we? This thing looks way too big to be real. The person puts their hand on it, and this crab is easily 7 to 10 times the size of their palm. That's huge. But here's the strange part. Doesn't move. Not a single twitch. Even when touched, it stays completely still. I mean, can a crab really grow that big and stay perfectly motionless? Honestly, it's probably a sculpture or some kind of art project. There's just no way a crab that size exists in nature. So what do you think? Is this real? Or just another clever trick to mess with our heads? Alright, something strange is going on in Florida. Or at least that's what this clip would have you believe.
What the heck? Y'all see that? Why does it look like looks like an egg? Like an avocado. Why does the moon look like that, y'all?
The moon looks, well, weird. Like an egg or even an avocado in the sky. It's just a bright white spot with a faint outer glow. And to add to the mystery, birds are making strange noises, and this person claims that animals are going crazy.
Bro, and the animals are going crazy. What the hell? Y'all hear that? Bro, there's dragonflies everywhere too.
Spooky, right? Now, I know there are a lot of things out there that seem like they have no explanation, but this isn't one of them. Physics sure can explain this. Probably some strange way the light is interacting with the atmosphere. Or maybe it's the camera or lens causing an illusion. Heck, it could even be some weird new filter or feature in the video app making the moon look like this. So, what do you think? Is this just a camera trick or something more? If anyone has a sound, logical explanation for this, we'd love to hear it. Okay, what's happening here? Seriously, what are these two snakes even doing? I'm out of words for this one. Are they fighting or mating? They're just spinning and spinning like there's no end. But here's the real question. Are they dead or alive? Maybe they're trapped in that vortex, unable to break free. Or maybe we're witnessing some kind of weird snake ritual. Whatever's going on, it's oddly captivating to watch, though I'd prefer to admire it from a very safe distance. So, what's your take? A fight? A mating dance? Or are these two just helplessly at the mercy of nature's forces? Either way, it's a sight you can't easily forget. Think flight delays are bad? Try explaining this one. A leopard on the plane. Yep, you heard that right. Don't believe us. See for yourself. Forget turbulence or mechanical issues. Imagine telling your friends the flight was delayed because a leopard decided the wing of your plane was the perfect spot to chill. Just when you thought you'd seen it all in air travel, here comes a big cat trying to hitch a ride. I've heard of birds causing delays, but this, next level. The leopard casually lounges on the wing like it's waiting for the captain to take off. Hopefully, they gave this kitty a free flight for all the drama it caused. So next time your flight's delayed, just remember, it could be worse. What would you do if a 15-foot crocodile showed up on your porch? Well, that's exactly what happened amid heavy rains in Gujarat, India. This massive croc slithered into someone's front yard like it's there for a casual visit. But here's where it gets interesting. We're talking about a 15-foot predator, and he thinks a piece of string is going to do the trick. Let's be real. This crocodile could snap that rope in a second, and probably take the guy's hand with it. Someone needs to tell him this is a terrible idea. That croc doesn't look like it's in the mood for a friendly game of tug of war, and this rope isn't exactly croc-proof. Here's something that'll leave you amused and a bit bamboozled if you don't already know what's going on. We've got some adorable goats trying to jump over a small barrier. But just as they're about to make the leap, they suddenly freeze up and fall over. No, they're not fainting. These are myotonic goats, born with a condition called myotonia congenita, which causes their muscles to seize up when they're startled. So whenever they get excited or startled, like trying to jump over a small barrier, their muscles stiffen, and down they go, the wild part. They stay conscious the whole time. It's like their body just hits the pause button mid-jump. It's both adorable and a little bit comical to watch. But rest assured, they're completely fine. Thank God humans don't suffer from this. Can you imagine us freezing every time something startles us? life would be way too unpredictable. The moment we've all been waiting for. The aliens are here. Look at this massive, unknown flying object hovering in the sky. Could this be the ultimate proof we're not alone? It starts off slow, and then the exhaust begins billowing out, just like something straight out of a science fiction movie. This should be on every news channel, right? But wait, why isn't it? Because this is clearly a joke. It's way too incredible to be real. I've got to hand it to the artist behind this creation. It's definitely not real. For starters, with all that exhaust, why isn't the craft moving? Honestly, kudos to whoever made this happen. Artificial intelligence generated visuals like this are becoming harder and harder to distinguish from reality. One thing's for sure, the line between what's real and what's not is getting blurrier every day. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. This site will shake you for sure. Here's the footage from a home security camera. You see that? An apparition just walked past the dining table, a shadowy form moving silently. But unlike the first clip, there's no forest, no poor lighting to hide behind. It's right there, in plain sight, inside someone's home. And this time, we're not dealing with a trespasser. This is unmistakably an apparition. Now, we're left wondering, what exactly are we witnessing? Is it finally time to admit we're dealing with something paranormal? And what does this say about the world around us? Are these occurrences more common than we think? But we just don't notice them. And perhaps the most unsettling question of all, can they harm us? Whatever this is and whatever it's capable of, one thing's for sure. It's truly unsettling. Now, here's something you don't see every day.
What you doing, Bo?
A deer with antlers like you've never imagined. This isn't your typical rack. It's more like a forest growing on its head. At first glance, you might think these antlers are fake, but they're 100% real. This deer is suffering from a condition called cryptorchidism, where its testosterone levels are messed up. And because of that, its antlers just keep growing, without ever shedding. They don't harden like normal antlers, which is why they're covered in velvet, and have that bizarre, twisted appearance. What's interesting is that these antlers can grow to enormous, almost alien-like sizes. They're sometimes referred to as cactus bucks because of the antlers' resemblance to a cluster of cacti. The condition doesn't just affect the antlers, it can also alter the deer's behavior. They don't rut like other bucks and don't shed their antlers like they're supposed to, giving them this surreal appearance year-round. It's both fascinating and a little eerie. What do you think? Is this nature taking a strange turn, or just another example of how wild the animal kingdom can be? Here's something that'll make you question what's real and what isn't. This feels straight out of the Twilight Zone.
Para ahí y como que se convierte en un señor, mira. A lo mejor es una pareja, pero no sé, a veces empieza a mover y la cámara ya no lo graba muy bien, pero a veces mira que se está yendo por aquí.
See that light moving? Just keep following it. And there he is. It's like he manifested out of thin air. Where did he come from? It turns out the light we saw earlier was a flashlight he's holding. He stands there for a few seconds. Nothing unusual. But wait, things get strange when he starts walking. He doesn't just walk away, he phases out. His physical body disappears, but his ghostly figure keeps moving. What do you think is happening here? Does anyone here work with security camera all day? Do you see weird things like this regularly? Is this real or just bad cameras? Let us know if you've had similar experiences. Alright folks, this one is seriously unsettling. Ever wonder why people say not to mess with Ijai boards? Well, this clip might give you an idea.
¿Sigues aquí? ¿En serio? ¿Estás molesto?
First, the wine bottle slowly slides. No big deal, right? Maybe it's just a coincidence, but then things get stranger. A padlock starts moving, like someone's pulling an invisible string attached to it. And just like that, the padlock moves completely out of the screen. But it doesn't stop there. The wine bottle starts vibrating, slides a little more, and then it tips over and breaks. And as if that wasn't creepy enough, the camera she's recording on starts shaking. The glass she was using to play the game? So, what's really happening here? Could it be that she's channeling something we're not meant to understand? Or maybe we're just falling for a very clever trick? Either way, her eerie calmness as the chaos unfolds is enough to leave you feeling unsettled. Would you be as brave sitting there? Disclaimer: this is one of the most bizarre and terrifying videos I've ever seen. Normally, I'm skeptical, but this one, if it's staged, these guys should be working in Hollywood. Look closely. That's a face pale ghostly white. But the scariest part, there's no body, just a face floating there. Tell me that doesn't look real. The way it moves, the shadow, it all seems too real to dismiss. What is this thing? Some kind of spirit or something far worse. Then it disappears behind the box as quickly as it appeared. The guy chases goes behind the box to show us that there's nothing there. What on earth is happening? He keeps talking, terrified. Then a hand appears, reaching for the fruits and vegetables. Someone please tell me this isn't real. How are they doing this? The hand appears again and again, but the face, it's gone. I can barely find words for this. But the scariest part, he goes near that box, and it flips over on its own. And what's with the piece of paper? Is it communicating through that? Finally, he shows us a broken glass. I wish I could understand more of what's going on, but this is terrifying. What on earth is going on here? A crack in the ground with fierce flames burning beneath. This looks like something out of a disaster movie, but what could possibly be causing it? This is no illusion or computer-generated imagery. It's very real. An underground fire, but where's the fuel? Could it be gas or oil seeping up from below? Maybe an old coal seam that's caught fire underground? Whatever it is, those flames are burning way too fiercely for something small. Here's a scary thought. Could this be one of the early signs of global warming's more extreme effects? Underground gases combusting, or even ancient, untouched reserves finally igniting due to rising temperatures? If the ground itself is starting to burn, what's next? Could we be looking at more of these strange, destructive events in the future? It's unsettling to think that something could burn like this without warning or explanation. What is that hanging over Billingham, England? A large, ominous orange plume of nasty-looking stuff is just sitting there in the sky, and it's definitely not something you see every day. This cloud looks almost toxic, as if some industrial accident has unleashed chemicals into the atmosphere. Could it be pollution? A chemical leak? Whatever it is, it doesn't look good. You can practically feel the tension, wondering what caused this and what kind of damage it's doing. It looks like a festive night out. People have flooded the streets, but then something weird is happening in the night sky above that's caught everyone's attention. It looks like a smoke ring, but this is no ordinary sight. As it hovers above, people start pointing and speculating. The ring moves slowly, becoming clearer and more defined with every second. It's impossible not to look up and wonder what on earth this thing could be. By the end of the clip, it forms a perfect circle against the whitish, cloudy night sky. What is this? Is there anything in our world that could create such a thing? Or are we looking at something extraterrestrial? Maybe it's a glitch in the Matrix, or a 1 in a billion chance. These people just happened to catch on camera. Whatever it is, it's mesmerizing. Don't you think? In a video captured by a surveillance camera overlooking a wooded path, a startling event unfolds. A boy is walking along the path when, suddenly, a black, translucent shadow with a human shape appears from one side. In an unexpected and chilling moment, the shadowy figure seems to push the boy. Startled and knocked off balance, the boy quickly gets up. Then, just as abruptly as it appeared, the shadow vanishes, leaving the boy alone and understandably frightened, prompting him to run away. This mysterious encounter raises questions about what the shadow could be. It looks like a ghost, especially with its translucent appearance and the way it interacts with the boy. While the idea of a ghost is intriguing and fits the eerie nature of the video, it's also worth considering other explanations like a trick of light or a reflection that created an illusion of a human shape. In this video, a security guard is walking through the halls of a hospital, recording his routine patrol. The hospital corridors are quiet and seemingly ordinary. However, as he turns a corner, something unusual and unsettling occurs. A humanoid figure briefly appears from behind a corner and then, just as suddenly, vanishes into thin air. The brief appearance of this figure in the sterile clinical setting of a hospital adds to the eeriness of the encounter. Was it just another person in the hospital? Perhaps a patient or a staff member playing a prank? Or could it be something more mysterious, like a ghost, given the way it disappeared so abruptly? Considering the setting and the nature of the incident, it's tempting to lean towards a supernatural explanation. This hunter caught one of the most amazing footage of Bigfoot while he was standing on his deer stand, waiting for some hunt. But he quickly realizes that the forest is home to more than just deer, as he begins to spot a big humanoid figure stalking.
What in the world is that thing? Didn't look like a deer.
This went on for 20 minutes, as this Bigfoot seemed to inspect the area, as if he knew something was off about this area. If we zoom in on the creature, it appears fully covered in brown hair with a big and frightening body. while at the same time moving as if he was fully confident to be in that forest. But what came after was truly terrifying. Deep howls in the forest, as if calling for someone, or threatening anyone who would dare to enter its domain. The hunter at this point was frightened enough and quickly forgot any idea of hunting deer that day.
I've never seen anything like that before in my whole life. I'm out of here.
These captivating photographs were captured by a motion detection trail camera equipped with night vision capabilities. We can immediately see an enigmatic figure, an anomaly amidst the natural backdrop of the forest. The subject of these photographs is undeniably strange. Its humanoid appearance is unmistakable, yet it lacks the conventional attire associated with humans. Instead, its entire form is enveloped in a dense covering of hair, evoking a sense of primal wilderness. Examining the creature's physique, we are drawn to its remarkably elongated arms, reminiscent of those found in monkeys or apes, which I am pretty sure are not freely roaming the USA. The creature's robust build further defies easy classification, leaving us perplexed and in search of answers. Many people have proposed that these images may capture a creature of legend, the elusive and mysterious Bigfoot. Tales of this legendary creature have persisted for generations, often described as a towering being inhabiting remote wilderness areas. And as we've seen in previous videos, there are more and more sightings of these beings. Could we finally get closer to finding the truth? There are people who take their hobbies to the next level, but then there are people who take things they love to such extremes that they sometimes end up risking their own lives. Take this clip, for instance. This man was swimming under a thick layer of ice all over the lake with the help of his friends. His goal was to get in the water from one spot where they had created an opening and then swim to the next spot where his other friend was waiting for him. But as he started swimming and was about to reach the second opening, he lost the sense of direction and was left stranded under the thick layer of ice for a few moments, until he realized he could use the rope he had to get back to the initial spot that he got inside the water from, and that's how he got out all safe and sound. It looks like one terrifying experience to me. This man saw a fish right on the shore, and he saw that the fish had a little life left in it. So he tried helping and gave it a little push so that it can go back into the lake and get the oxygen and water it needs. Little did he know, or the fish knew, a gator was right near them, waiting for the right moment to attack. As soon as the man backed off after pushing the fish in the water, the gator attacked and ate the whole fish in one go, leaving the man and whoever was with him terrified to the core. What if for 1 second we imagined that the gator was after them and not the fish? It could have ended up really badly. This ring camera recorded a sweet and hilarious scene when a bear is spotted coming up to the front door of this house. The woman got an alert saying someone was at the door, and it was 5:30 in the morning. She woke up all worried, wondering who it could be so early. And then she saw this. The bear at first investigated the doormat for a few moments until he decided that it could be the ultimate sleeping rug for it and slept on it, later changing the position and sleeping exactly like how my cat does. The bear slept there like it was the safest place on earth and where it could sleep with no danger ever touching it. These three friends were on their way in the middle of the night when they spotted someone walking by the roadside. As they drove past him, it took them seconds to realize it wasn't a real man. According to one of the friends, it could be a hitchhiker, but the way it walked and the way his head was not so symmetrical, and his appearance. They could tell it was not a normal person. Plus, what would someone be doing in the middle of the night, right? He wasn't even signaling them to stop. He just kept walking the creepiest way possible. Moreover, take a look at his legs. They look all twisted, but he does not indicate to struggle walking. So to have another look, they turned the car around and went towards the same route to see who he was, but to their surprise, there was no sign of a human being there at all, leaving them scared and shocked by what they had just witnessed. According to many people, it could be a shapeshifter in the form of a hitchhiker looking for people who stop to give a lift and become his victims. And I cannot agree more. Recorded by a security camera in 2021, this clip recorded a family coming back from somewhere and going inside their house after locking the gate and everything. As they are inside, moments pass and we see a big bear and a small one taking a stroll on the same path and going down the hill just from where the family came. Everything appears to be normal until now, with no sign of any kind of chaos or anything. But after a few minutes, the woman comes out of the house with a bag in her hand and goes down the hill where the bears just went to. And as expected, she comes running back towards the house and somehow manages to lock the door and get inside the house safely, just as the bears are about to reach her. Thankfully, this did not end up as a tragedy, but a close call only. Have you ever struggled to park your car? How about parking a plane? This clip shows a plane which came crashing onto the ground, but thankfully, the pilot had deployed the parachute at the right moment, and hence it did not end up badly. It was a father-daughter excursion that nearly ended in a disaster. The man was piloting with his daughter inside, and the plane lost engine power about 2,000 feet in the sky. The aircraft also managed to crash in an open place, so it did not damage any buildings or any other things as well. Talk about a lucky day. There are times a South African golf course got out a whole lot trickier after an angry cobra invaded the green and started wreaking havoc, as seen in an Instagram video that went viral. In the video, a massive Cape cobra, one of Africa's deadliest snakes, can be seen slithering onto the course with its hood flared out in an aggressive posture. We can even see a mongoose in the background, watching the cobra get all angry on the golfers and taking over the golf course. The cobra was later caught and released back into the wild by the authorities later, but for that whole day, the snake terrified the golfers so much that the whole course was closed for everyone and no one played golf that day. On the afternoon of 3 July 2019, a violent explosive event affected the entire crater terrace of Stromboli volcano in southern Italy, generating 2 pyroclastic flows that advanced across the sea beyond the coastline. The clip was recorded by a woman on a boat and then later uploaded on the internet. It has gained about 12 million views till today and continues to shock people by the massive impact the eruption had and the exact moment how it started. However, one more thing people on YouTube could not help but admire was the excellent job of staying calm and steadily recording by the woman. Timing was incredible. I'm sure volcanologists across the globe will want a copy for history for study. This clip was recorded in 2019, and it shows a woman standing on the corner of the house, seeing the coyote wandering around in the backyard. The coyote went towards the backside, and moments later we saw 2 little kids coming towards the same spot. As they are involved in investigating the area, considering the curious nature the kids mostly have, they are unaware of a potentially dangerous animal so close to them. The coyote spots the little girl and runs straight towards her. But thankfully, instead of dragging the little one with it, the animal runs off only after giving the kid a little warning of how dangerous it could have been. And all this happened while the woman who knew about the coyote was still standing there with no reaction to it at all. Neither did she try to stop the kids from going there, nor did she run to help the poor kid. Talk about an irresponsible adult. This occurred in Yellowstone Park, where a park ranger was charged by a grizzly bear. And then later the ranger is seen shooting bullets at the bear. The bear ran off, but I couldn't help but see that the bear's paw was injured, maybe because it was not putting it on the ground and was running on 3 legs. The video had many people blaming the man for shooting at the bear. However, the ranger from this incident commented on what happened in a different short. He said that people were harassing the bear and not respecting proper bear safety procedures in national parks. He said the bear's paw was injured from fighting another bear. He was firing shots to scare the bear away for the bear's own safety. They caught and collared the bear a few weeks later, and the bear is fine. It will not be wrong to call cats the ultimate bosses of the animals, because when they need to, these cats can stand up to every kind of enemy, no matter how big and how strong. Take this clip, for instance. This cat is all ready to sneak up on the bear who is coming towards it. At first, it looked like it might end up in some kind of small duel, and that the bear will do something too. But the way the cat moved towards the bear, it left the bear with no option but to climb up the tree in the quickest way possible to save its life. And the cat comes back as if it had won the ultimate championship or something. Recorded in 2014, in a mortuary, this clip terrified anyone and everyone who saw it. As soon as it was uploaded on YouTube, it gained thousands of views, scaring everyone to the core. And I don't blame them. Even to me, it looks quite scary. With the dead body of a person left behind, it can be very clearly seen how his soul left his body. While to some people, it was just an edited video, and there was nothing real about it. To others, it was the ultimate proof of the existence of the soul and the afterlife. A wildlife enthusiast in Vancouver, in British Columbia, decided to set up a trail camera to investigate a deer carcass to see if it would attract any animals at nighttime, just yards from her house, only to find this terrifying picture. The wildlife cam reveals 2 scantily clad women squatting beside the carcass. Their faces are covered with long black hair. What's really horrifying is one of the women seems to be reaching for the carcass with long webbed fingers. These pictures have caused a wave of speculation, and even some have suggested that it could be witches, or even worse, walking demons. Were they feasting on the carcass? The picture becomes more sinister when we spot a man's boot next to one of the women. Although the man's upper body can't be seen, it is weird that he is there. What could be his association with the 2 uncanny women? Could it be that the women were being forced to do this by that man? Or could the man be one of them, and also wouldn't mind taking a bite? When I saw the boots of the man, surrounded by these crazy women, I could only think of the ritualistic cult of Charles Manson. Is this something similar in our days? A TikToker who posts videos of strange events happening around her home was startled at the sound she heard while putting her chicks away in the pen.
What the fuck?
The sound coming from the forest was like an animal's cry for help. And so she shined her torchlight into the woods while recording. She captures a white figure next to a tree. At first glance, it wasn't there, but when she circled back to look in the same direction, her camera was able to capture a thin white figure at the left side of a tree. The strangest thing was that the figure disappeared after being out of the camera's recording range. Could it be that the mysterious white figure was making those eerie sounds in the forest? Or could it have scared an animal in the woods and caused it to make the bizarre sound? On a clear day, a man happens to capture what looks like Bigfoot casually walking out through a small clearing of a forest and back into the woods. The creature's features may prove it to be Bigfoot, as it walks on twos and appears much more prominent than the average human height. Its arms extend downwards below the waistline and seem to have a thick coat of brown fur. The video quality isn't as clear and makes it hard to make out what the face looks like, but its tall, towering stature, long ape-like arms, and the appearance of thick fur could be an indication of the existence of the cryptid Bigfoot. A woman enjoying the comfort of her home on a sofa happens to see something strange at the window right next to her door that sends chills down her spine. A dark figure appears at the window, also captures the attention of two of her dogs, who stare at the door, putting the lady's nerves on edge. She starts to record it, and the dark figure disappears after some time. The dogs disperse, notifying the lady that the supposed danger that appeared on her door may be gone, but it leaves the lady puzzled as to what this figure could be and its intentions. For all we know, it could be a shadow of a harmless animal walking around and happening to wind up at her front door, or maybe something sinister could be lurking around stalking on the house residents. In this video, captured by a surveillance camera at night, an extraordinary scene unfolds in front of a house. The camera records a peculiar creature moving at an incredibly fast pace. This creature stands out due to its unique appearance. It has 4 legs, a long body, and notably, appears to be hairless. Its form and speed are unlike any typical animal usually seen in residential areas. The fleeting nature of this sighting, coupled with the creature's unusual characteristics, raises questions about its identity. Could this be a rare, unidentified animal, or perhaps an unusual breed of a known species? Considering the creature's distinctive features and the blurry nighttime footage, it's challenging to make a definitive identification. What do you think about this? In this video, a woman is walking through the woods, possibly in search of her lost pet. As she films her surroundings, something unexpected catches her eye.
Oh my gosh!
She spots a large, black, hairy creature moving swiftly behind the trees. Its appearance and movement closely resemble what many would describe as Bigfoot. The suddenness of the creature's appearance and its quick disappearance behind the trees add an element of mystery and intrigue to the video. The woman's surprise is not all that enthusiastic. I would for sure be shivering if I spot something like this, but I lean more on this footage being fake. Someone in a costume ready to jump in front of their friend while filming. Do you agree? In this video taken at a zoo, a man films an unusual interaction between a visitor and a monkey. The visitor is sitting in front of the monkey's cage when suddenly, the monkey reaches out and grabs his t-shirt, attempting to pull him closer to the cage. As the situation unfolds, another person steps in, trying to help the man being pulled. However, the monkey is surprisingly strong and determined, even managing to grab the man's foot, continuing to pull despite the efforts of the helper. This encounter is both intriguing and a bit alarming. Monkeys are known for their curiosity and sometimes mischievous behavior, but this level of aggression is uncommon, especially in a zoo setting where animals are used to human presence. Maybe this should let us know that these creatures are not very fond of being kept in captivity. In this video, a man is paddleboarding in the ocean when he suddenly encounters an orca, also known as a killer whale, approaching his board. Understandably alarmed, he reacts instinctively. The video captures him cursing in surprise and fear as he uses his paddle to defensively hit the orca.
Oh, you! Get the fuck, don't fucking bite your board, you cunt!
In response to his actions, the orca eventually turns away and swims off. I am honestly amused by his reaction to meeting an orca so close, especially how dangerous these creatures can be. Orcas are intelligent, powerful creatures, known for their curiosity, which can sometimes bring them close to human activities in the water. While they are generally not known to attack humans, such close encounters can be dangerous. It's fortunate that the situation was resolved without harm to either the man or the orca. In this video, a group of men are filming in the jungle, surrounded by the dense foliage and sounds of the wilderness. Suddenly, their adventure takes an unexpected turn. A gorilla, one of the jungle's most formidable inhabitants, emerges and approaches them. In a surprising and somewhat alarming move, the gorilla grabs one of the men by the foot and starts dragging him for a short distance before letting go. I have to say that the behavior this gorilla showed was very unusual, as these creatures typically avoid close human contact. From my perspective, this incident, while startling, is a reminder of the importance of respecting wildlife and their space, especially in their natural habitats. It's fortunate that the situation didn't escalate and the man was unharmed. Such encounters underscore the need for caution and awareness when in the presence of wild animals. This intriguing video comes from a trail camera positioned in a snowy winter woodland. All seems quiet and calm for a while. Suddenly, the tranquility is broken by the appearance of a large creature with wild brown hair walking on 2 feet. It moves with a deliberate humanoid gait, passing right in front of the camera. The creature closely resembles the legendary Bigfoot. The sight of such a creature in this wintry forest landscape is both captivating and bewildering. It raises the question, could this actually be the elusive Bigfoot often spoken of, but rarely seen? I have to say that the quality of the video is very poor, so I can't make out any features or details. The only thing I can see clearly is its walking, which looks very human. In this unusual video, captured by a surveillance camera, we witness a bear breaking into a house's kitchen. The camera shows the bear skillfully navigating the kitchen, heading straight for the fridge. With remarkable ease, it opens the fridge and rummages through, eventually grabbing a bag of food. Then, the bear makes its exit as casually as it entered, climbing out of the window with its newfound snack. The video switches to an outdoor surveillance camera, which captures the bear retreating back to the woods, bag of food in tow. I have to say that while it's fascinating to see a bear so comfortably navigating a human environment, this is no innocent event. Things can turn out really nasty if an encounter happens. In this intriguing video, people are filming from a bridge, capturing the serene scene of water below, illuminated by the lights reflecting from nearby restaurants. The atmosphere is calm until something unexpected and astonishing happens.
That is exactly how it happens. Oh, here it comes.
From beneath the bridge emerges a massive, strange-looking creature crossing the water. It's notable for its unusual shape and a particularly elongated neck. Unlike any typical aquatic animal, the creature's appearance in the water is so unusual, and I am not sure what this is. It might be a seal that comes very close, and from the weird lighting, it makes it look like it has an elongated neck. Do you agree? In this video, a man ventures into the woods at night, his only source of light being a flashlight. The darkness adds a sense of mystery to his surroundings. As he walks, He films his journey, capturing the eerie quiet of the nocturnal forest. When he points his camera towards a tree, an unexpected sight appears. A humanoid creature, partially hidden behind the tree, seems to be watching him. Combining it with where they are and at what time makes it a truly nightmare story. Is it a person, perhaps another night wanderer, that tried to scare them with a costume? Or something more mysterious and unexplained? Could it be the rake, considering making these guys one of its snacks? This video, filmed by a woman at the zoo, charming moment is a wonderful example of the intelligence and emotional capacity of monkeys. In this intriguing video, somewhere out in Russia, a man is out in the woods during the day with his kid, enjoying the natural surroundings. While filming their adventure, he unexpectedly captures something remarkable on camera. Behind the trees, a large, hairy creature can be seen running. It's huge and notably runs on 2 feet, bearing a striking resemblance to what many people would identify as Bigfoot or a really giant rake. The creature's size and bipedal movement are particularly noteworthy. They are human-like sprints, but also have something animalistic about them. Something that will surely scare you to the core if you encountered it. From my perspective, while the footage is fascinating and the possibility of a Bigfoot or rake sighting is thrilling, it's also likely that there could be a more practical explanation. Could this video be fake? This video takes us inside a hen house, where an unexpected visitor, a fox, has made its way in. The camera captures the fox cautiously observing the hens, embodying the classic predator-prey scenario. Initially, the fox leaves without causing any disturbance. However, moments later, it returns with a more determined approach, leaping from the top of the hen house in an attempt to catch a hen. Despite its efforts, the fox fails in its first few attempts. In a subsequent try, the fox successfully grabs a hen and bites it. But the hen manages to escape, evading the fox's grip, ultimately leaves the hen house without any prey. I know the struggles of farm life, and I am sure the owners were pleased of the outcome, considering that a determined fox could have killed all the animals there. But they must also be concerned for the future. Captured by a surveillance camera, we see a man diligently working in a room with a table holding several jars. Unexpectedly, while the man is focused on his task, one of the jars begins to move on its own, eventually falling off the table as though it was pushed by an unseen force. Startled, the man turns to find the jar's contents spilled on the floor. He quickly calls someone over, possibly a colleague, to show them what happened. There appears to be a brief, animated discussion, perhaps about the cause of the incident. The man then returns with a mop to clean up the mess. In another surprising turn, as he's cleaning, another jar starts to move. This time, he notices in time and manages to prevent it from falling. Could this be the work of a mischievous ghost? But why would it be in such a factory? In this video, a woman captures a dramatic scene from the beach. The camera shows the shallow waters near the shore where a shark is in pursuit of a stingray. The chase is intense, with the shark swiftly moving through the water, trying to catch the stingray. The shallow water near the beach becomes a battleground for these two sea creatures. However, as the shark aggressively chases the stingray, it suddenly finds itself in water that's too shallow for its size. This moment of realization is visible as the shark quickly turns around. allowing the stingray a narrow escape. The stingray swiftly glides away to safety, disappearing into the deeper waters. I heard that swans are majestic creatures, but I never knew they could be so fierce. In this video, a woman is filming an unusual encounter in a park where a man and a swan are involved. Closely, appearing agitated and angry, the man attempts to gently persuade the swan to leave him alone, but the swan seems determined to confront him. Just as the situation escalates and the swan appears to be about to attack, the video ends, leaving the outcome unknown. Talk about a determined creature. This swan was out for blood. Are seen filming the rhino, capturing this unexpected visit. And what exactly was the police doing while this rhino was just casually walking around? This video, captured by a surveillance camera at the docks during the night, shows a chilling scene. One man is engaged in a phone conversation while another stands nearby. Suddenly, the man on the phone is violently dragged into the water by an unseen force. The nearby man rushes to help, but, overwhelmed by fear, he retreats and runs away. After a tense moment, the man returns cautiously to the dock to check if the creature, or whatever pulled the other man into the water, is still there. As he's observing, the situation takes another unexpected turn. The man who was dragged into the water is thrown back onto the dock. What exactly was that? In this video, a farmer is filming his routine visit to check on his bees when he encounters an unexpected sight. Behind a bush, he finds a black goat, an animal he doesn't own and isn't supposed to be on his property. The farmer notes something odd about the goat. Its appearance seems unusual, not like a typical goat. As he films, the farmer ponders the oddity of this encounter. The goat's strange look and its sudden appearance in his farm stir a sense of mystery. In folklore, black goats have been associated with superstitions and even myths about the devil. Could this be it? It's the 4th of July and fireworks are exploding throughout USA suburbs. The cacophony of sound has woken something off the beaten path. A woman hears low growling coming from somewhere in the nearby foliage. She ventures to explore, and this is what she finds. In the replay, this creature is clearly seen crouching at the base of a tree. Is it a Sasquatch or someone playing a prank? Have the raucous sounds of revelry driven it closer to the suburbs in fear or curiosity, or is it using this opportunity to hunt? Watch the replay and let us know what you think in the comments. Picture this. It's nighttime. You are all alone on a deserted trail surrounded by nature, and then you hear what can only be described as a shriek from somewhere in the woods beyond you. You might want your headphones for this.
Oh my God, no.
Is it the scream of a woman? Or is it just a cat getting ready to fight? You be the judge. According to the World Animal Foundation, the likelihood of being attacked by a bear is almost 1 in 2.1 million. Bears will only attack because they feel threatened or are protecting their young. This is no surprise when you consider that humans are responsible for 71% of grizzly bear deaths, and that these bears are the most aggressive with the bite force of over 1,200 pounds per square inch, which refers to the amount of pressure they can exert with their teeth. Now let that sink in. There are on average 40 bear attacks on humans worldwide every year, and at least 1 fatality a year in the US. This one was caught on camera, and it was very close. Fortunately, the would-be victim and his friend were able to scare off the angry bear. Watch the exhilarating and terrifying encounter. An unsuspecting couple survey their home security camera footage after discovering a disturbance on their property. What it reveals is this creature lurking in the foliage. Tentatively, it peers out in the direction of the camera. Is it a cryptid, or perhaps a little gray man? The creature moves tentatively, alert to the environment. In some parts of the footage, it is almost possible to decipher its body, which could very well be in keeping with the size and shape of a small to medium dog. Take a look. Is this something sinister or the neighbor's pet? Drop us your thoughts in the comments. When you consider that approximately 80% of the world's ocean is unmapped and unseen, it's a pretty terrifying and mystifying place to explore. These divers are having what seems like a fairly placid marine visit, but keep watching to see what crops up in the murky water. The internet provides us with some perplexing footage. When confronted with a nightmarish creature of this magnitude and its deadly razor-sharp teeth, instead of swimming away, these divers actually go over to pet the beast. On closer inspection, it doesn't appear to be living. Instead, there's a metal frame that it seems to be mounted on. Is this a movie prop for Jaws? If it isn't, the real mystery is how it found its way to the bottom of the ocean. Fair warning, if you suffer from ophidiophobia, you might want to skip this clip and move to the next one. For those who don't know what ophidiophobia is, you're about to find out. Someone is using their drone to record something. At first, it's not clear what it is. We just see a close-up view of the ground. But then, you hear a hissing sound. Is it coming from the drone or something else? There it is, a pit of rattlesnakes. Look at those forked tongues flicking around. Just one of these is enough to scare the bejesus out of me. And here, there are dozens. Upwards of 25, I'd say. Watch how they react to the drone. Now, who's brave enough to retrieve that drone? So, ophidiophobia is the extreme fear of snakes. After seeing this, do you think you have it? This next clip is one of the spookiest videos I have ever seen. It features a cave discovered between China and Mongolia. The strange thing, the entrance is artificially blocked. Even spookier are the strange noises and roars heard from inside. Play the clip of a cave with an artificially blocked entrance was discovered between China and Mongolia. Strange noises and roars are heard coming from inside. It's bizarre. How can you hear such noises from a cave with a blocked entrance? But this got me thinking about a topic that has troubled curious minds and history buffs for centuries. The burial place of Genghis Khan. Since the 13th century, people have searched for his final resting place, but have yet to find it. I know it sounds far-fetched, but could this be it? A hidden cave between China and Mongolia, its entrance blocked, and strange sounds emitting from within. Something to ponder. I've seen countless clips of scary and creepy phenomena. Finding unexplainable occurrences in abandoned buildings is spooky, but expected. You know something is bound to go wrong.
Jesus Christ. Everything's going off. Look, there's a poltergeist or some shit in here. Oh! That! Oh! No, this. Holy shit!
Something has gone terribly wrong with the electronics in this office. Lights flicker erratically, alarms blare, and computers and other devices glow unnaturally. That green glowing device looks like one of the bots from Transformers, ready to come to life. Everything is going haywire. The whole scene feels like a movie where machines are about to take over. As much as our guy is panicking, he doesn't seem scared. He thinks it's just an electrical issue. But then, this happens. Did you see that? The door slammed shut with a vengeance. There's no wind, and it felt like some invisible force did it to make a point. The scare factor just shot through the roof with that door slam. Our man bolts out of there. I would too, if I were in his shoes. Does anyone know what and where this was? Please share in the comments. I'd really like to know what happened there. Being a paranormal investigator ain't for the faint of heart. You gotta deal with the stuff that nightmares are made of, and YouTuber Papa Jake definitely got his fill of it one night in those tunnels.
Yo, we gotta keep moving. Yo, he's down there.
Don't move.
Yo!
Dude, I don't know what's down there. Don't move. Just don't move.
What is it?
Papa Jake uploaded this video as a follow-up to another, where viewers claimed to see a human-like presence. He promised to venture back into the same forest at 3 in the morning to try and capture it again. Things got weird right off the bat. His walkie-talkie started malfunctioning even before they left the room. As 3 in the morning approached, they geared up for their investigation. On their way to the tunnel, they found some abandoned, worn-out shoes under a bridge with a strange board that seemed to have a map on it. Further along, they stumbled upon a campfire in the middle of the forest that felt like someone had been there very recently. They continued, the tension building as they neared the tunnels. Then, in the distance, through the trees, they saw something. A humanoid figure.
Something's in the rake's nest. No, what? Something's in the rake's nest.
Dude, something's in the nest. Something is in the nest.
Panic seized them, and they scattered, losing each other in the forest. After a frantic search, they regrouped and pressed on towards the old tunnel from their previous visit. The atmosphere there was even worse, filled with a terrifying dread. Emerging from the first tunnel, they saw another figure sprinting through the forest. This time, a clear humanoid form.
Yo, noise, what was that? Yo, somebody's back there, dude, run! Oh god, oh dude, what was that? Oh god, it's following us!
Adrenaline pumping, they ran for their lives once more. Finally, after a desperate dash, they reached the tunnel they were originally aiming for. It was now exactly 3 a.m. As they ventured into the dark, terrifying depths of the tunnel, their flashlights started flickering on the fritz. And then it happened. A tall, skinny humanoid figure appeared in front of them, chasing them deeper into the darkness. They fled in the opposite direction, and the video abruptly cut out. This is some nightmare fuel. Everything that happened in that forest was pure creepiness. The figure they encountered, if you freeze the video and zoom in, looks eerily similar to the rake we see all over the internet. Whatever it was, they definitely got what they were looking for. A truly haunted experience. The thought of what lurks in the ocean's unexplored depths sends shivers down my spine. Science tells us we've only discovered about 5%, leaving the remaining 95% a vast mystery. And videos like this one only fuel the intrigue.
Не страшно к нему подплывать?
Believe it or not, this isn't a scene from a science fiction movie, but real footage captured by surfers on a beach. The video shows a colossal, monstrous-looking creature washed ashore. At first glance, it looks like something straight out of a nightmare. But as the cameraman gets closer, we see it's actually a giant crab. This thing is massive. A huge body with ferocious-looking legs and spiked claws. In the video, the crab appears motionless, likely deceased, but still surprisingly well preserved. It's undeniably creepy to see a crab of this size. Even the little ones are scary with their pinchy claws, but the thought of this behemoth grabbing you. Of course, some skeptics claim it's a fake, possibly a giant plastic model for a tourist attraction. It does look almost too perfect to be real. But who would put something like that on a beach? Talk about scaring the living daylights out of people. Ever stumbled upon an internet video so bizarre and horrifying that you prayed with all your might it wouldn't be real? Well, buckle up, because this next one is exactly that. What in the world is that? This video, from Arizona, captured something straight out of everyone's worst nightmares. We see a colossal centipede, easily 8 feet long, slithering across a field. This ain't your average creepy crawly. This monstrosity has legs that resemble those of some unknown beast. The way it moves is pure nightmare fuel, like something summoned from the depths of hell. Viewers are speculating that this might be an arthropleura, an extinct species of giant millipede-like creature. But wait, if it's extinct, how did this video come to be? Here's where I offer a bit of relief. This video is actually generated. Even though it's fake, this 300 million year old monstrosity is still pretty terrifying. Thank goodness those things went extinct before humans arrived on the scene. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Remember how, as kids, we all believed mermaids were real? Well, A recent TikTok video has me questioning everything again. A TikTok user uploaded a crazy video that's reignited mermaid fever in everyone. The video pans towards the water, revealing a strange, almost invisible creature lurking beneath the surface. It's long and yellow, with a visible tail. So far, so fishy. But here's where things get interesting. If you look closely, you can kind of see an outline resembling a human torso. Put that together with the tail, and you get the mermaid vibes all over. Now, most people will say it's not clear enough to definitively claim mermaid, and they're probably right. Our brains love to fill in the blanks, especially when things are blurry. But hey, if it's not a mermaid, then what is it? That's the million-dollar question. If you have any ideas, hit us up in the comments below. Otherwise, maybe we can all just believe in a little mermaid magic. Ever love finding those hidden Easter eggs and secret passages in video games? Well, this explorer stumbled upon something similar, but way cooler in real life.
Uitați-vă și voi, acolo este galeria. Uitați-vă și voi cât e de mare galeria. Aici se pare că este capătul Northey.
This video follows an explorer on a forest hike who comes across a giant tree with a gaping hole at its base. Curiosity piqued, the explorer grabs his headlamp and squeezes through the opening. It's a decent-sized space, perfect for setting up camp in a pinch. But that's not where the real discovery lies. There's another, even smaller, opening beneath the tree. Our intrepid explorer starts digging away the dirt blocking it. After a bit of work, he wriggles through the new opening, and to everyone's surprise, there's a long, hidden passage stretching out before him. The explorer ventures down the tunnel, which appears to be man-made. It's like something out of a childhood hideout dream. After a while of walking, the passage reaches a dead end. Here, the explorer spots some animal bones scattered around. The video ends there, leaving us with a sense of wonder. Who knew a simple tree could hold such a secret? You bet I'm checking under every tree from now on, hoping to find a hidden passage of my own. There's something undeniably creepy about fast, large creatures, but add in the unknown, and things get seriously unsettling. This next video, captured on a ranch, is a prime example.
My miss. That shit's going off fast. That's not a person at all, bro. That shit disappeared.
Hold on a sec. What on earth was that? This video comes from a rancher in Ojai who caught something bizarre on camera during his morning routine. We see the cameraman panning across the fields, where a small figure can be seen sprinting in the distance. It's moving incredibly fast and has a vaguely humanoid shape. The cameraman himself seems confused. At first he thinks it's a person, but then realizes no human could move that quickly across open ground. Viewers who've seen the video are speculating it might be a skinwalker, a terrifying shapeshifter from Native American legend. And if that's the case, its crazy sprint across the field wasn't just for exercise. It was probably trying to lure the cameraman in. Yikes. Being stalked is creepy enough, but when the stalker's a ferocious predator, that's a whole new level of terrifying. This next video comes straight from Indonesia, and it'll make your skin crawl.
Nek, minggir nek. Aku nggak ganggu nek.
This homeowner in Indonesia captured some truly horrifying footage. In the video, we hear the homeowner, who's also the cameraman, yelling towards the bushes. He clearly spotted something and is trying to scare it off. Suddenly, a pair of glowing eyes pierces the darkness from the bushes, staring right into the camera. Those eyes are pure nightmare fuel. The homeowner keeps yelling, and eventually it works. The creature retreats back into the woods, but as it walks away, we get a glimpse of its body, a massive, ferocious tiger. These tigers are wild, powerful, and incredibly territorial. Once they set their sights on prey, there's not much you can do to stop them. Dolls are creepy, especially those old ones with their vacant stares. They scare the hell out of me every time. This next video perfectly captures why I avoid them like the plague. Seriously creepy stuff. This video was recorded by a homeowner who woke up to his daughter's doll singing. In the video, we see the doll perched right next to his bed on the nightstand. As he films, you can hear the slow, eerie singing coming from the doll. He zooms in on its face, and guess what? It's blinking along with the song. Now, maybe there's some built-in blinking function. But if not, well, let's just say this doll is giving me major possession vibes. Sure, dolls can malfunction sometimes, but singing randomly while blinking its eyes? Nope, I'd be out of that house faster than you can say haunted doll. Zip lines are a blast, but safety is key. This next video shows exactly why you shouldn't mess around when it comes to ziplining. That's one hairy situation. This GoPro footage comes from an adventure enthusiast who had a zipline experience gone wrong. Right from the start, we see a red flag. The person is using their hands to move the carabiner down the zipline. Big no. Those things are supposed to glide freely. Anyway, they take off, but there's a weird grinding noise coming from the carabiner as it scrapes against the rope. Sounds like it's about to melt or shred any moment. But things get even worse when they reach the middle of the line. Stuck. A giant knot has brought them to a complete standstill, dangling thousands of feet in the air. Talk about terrifying. The video ends there, but let's just say this person got to the other side. Not unscathed though. All that friction from holding onto the rope left their hands injured. So who's to blame? The zipline company or the adventurer? Well, this one's on the person. Some simple precautions like leather gloves and an extra carabiner could have turned this disaster into a fun ride. Lesson learned. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. Forests can be incredibly calming and beautiful. Nature at its finest. But pine forests, they're a whole different story.
It is 8 in the morning. That's insane.
This TikTok video, uploaded by a woman, shows just how creepy these woods can be, even in broad daylight. Take a look. They look like they stepped right out of a horror movie. Dense trees and thick shadows block out the sun, making it impossible to see more than a few feet ahead. The woman mentions that it's like this even in the morning. Yikes. Can you imagine at night? Just thinking about what creatures might be lurking in there unseen sends shivers down my spine. On top of that, It's a pine forest, which is a prime place to get lost. All those identical trees and the soft pine needles muffling every sound create an eerie silence. Super scary, but here's a surprising twist. Even though it looks dark on camera, it's actually not that bad once you're inside. There's still decent visibility. So, pine forests. Beautiful, but definitely a little creepy too. Crocodiles. Those ferocious hunters of the land and water. But even apex predators can get a surprising twist from nature. And sometimes it's an advantage. This video takes us back to 2001, to a crocodile farm in Samut Prakan, Thailand. Staff there were stunned by a truly bizarre birth. In the video, a farm worker shows off a strange sight, which is a conjoined crocodile. These twins share two separate heads and bodies, but are joined at the hip. Despite this unusual anatomy, they seem to be handling daily tasks just fine. Eating is no problem. Walking, however, is a bit of a challenge. With two bodies, they need to learn to coordinate their movements. Vets were consulted about a possible separation surgery, but it was deemed too risky at the time. Thankfully, the crocs appear healthy for now. Conjoined twins in humans often face a tough battle for survival. But in the animal kingdom, things are a bit different. Nature has its own way of working things out, and sometimes these mutations can even be beneficial. Unknown objects on the ground, we can walk over and check them out. But strange lights in the sky? Unknown flying object for sure, right? This next video, recorded by a resident of Sao Paulo, definitely has us scratching our heads. This video comes from Sao Paulo, Brazil, and it shows a strange, unidentified flying object in the night sky. We can see clouds scattered across the darkness, but among them is a strange object with several small red lights, slowly moving upwards. It's not massive, but it's definitely not tiny either, and it's hovering in place. As for its shape, it kind of looks like two pyramids stuck together upside down. It's hard to say for sure what it actually looks like due to the darkness. But the way the lights move and the slow hovering flight pattern are definitely weird. People are divided on what it could be. Some say it's a drone, while others think it's just a lantern. Drones typically aren't that big, sure, and they can have light, but they don't usually look like that. Now, the lantern theory is interesting. We can make lanterns in all sorts of shapes and sizes. But then what about those multiple red lights? It's definitely confusing. This sighting is a head scratcher for sure. Unknown flying object or not, it's definitely something strange up in the sky over Sao Paulo. The ocean, if it's calm and serene, can be the most beautiful sight on Earth. But when things get rough, it can turn into a nightmare in a heartbeat, just like in these next videos. I found a compilation of videos online that show the ocean at its most ferocious. The kind of stuff that makes you think twice about ever setting sail again. The first clip shows massive mountain-sized waves churning the water into a frenzy. The ship looks like a tiny toy battling to stay afloat, but somehow manages to weather the storm. In the next clip, the waves are like a monstrous hand, tossing the ship up and down with ease. It's a helpless giant at the mercy of the ocean's power. And the last video. Buckle up. This wave is a skyscraper in disguise, crashing down on the boat with unbelievable force. But somehow, thanks to some incredible engineering, the ship manages to hold its own. These ocean storms are terrifying, but seeing these ships battle through them is equally awe-inspiring. It's a testament to the power of human ingenuity and design. Russia, land of mystery. This next video shows a creature pulled from the depths that'll leave you scratching your head.
Наткнулся на скелет какого-то непонятного животного. Сам не пойму, кто это.
This video, shot by someone unknown, shows the bizarre remains of a large creature found near a lake. In the video, we see the lake at first. As the camera pans to the side, we get a good look at the creature's skeleton. And let me tell you, it's creepy. This thing's skeleton is long and slender, with a clear spine, ribcage, and a long face. It's like a mashup of land and water. The lower body has a fish-like tail, but the upper body and face are completely different. And to top it all off, when the camera zooms in on the mouth, we see sharp human-like teeth. Nobody knows what this thing is. I did some digging online, but came up empty-handed. If you have any idea what this could be, let us know in the comments. Security cameras are supposed to make us feel safe, but sometimes they catch stuff that makes you go, huh? This next video is a prime example. This creepy security camera footage shows a car parked in the driveway. But that's not all. There are also some strange little creatures hanging out next to it. These aren't your usual squirrels or raccoons. They look totally different. They kind of waddle like penguins, which is just bizarre for driveway critters. The owner who uploaded the video claims they even found deep claw marks on their car in the morning. Now, whether those scratches are connected to these weirdos, we can't say for sure, but one thing's for certain, these two are definitely out of the ordinary. The way they walk is just off. It's like they forgot how bodies work. They weren't kidding when they said mountain roads in India are for the brave. This next video will have your palms sweating. This hair-raising footage comes from India, where a bus passenger decided to document the terrifying journey on these mountain roads. The video shows buses navigating incredibly narrow roads, with the wheels practically hanging off the edge. Seriously? It looks like one wrong move, and they're plummeting down the mountain. I don't know how these drivers keep their cool. They're literally holding hundreds of lives in their hands while white-knuckling it down these perilous paths. I know there are villages nestled up in those mountains, and these roads are the only way to reach them. But these huge buses seem way too risky for these conditions. Jeeps would be a safer option, but of course not everyone can afford them. Maybe walking would be a better choice. At least you'd have more control over where you put your feet. India is definitely an adventure, but this kind of travel ain't for the faint of heart. You gotta have some serious guts for it. If you are a believer in dragons, this one's for you. This next video might just spark some serious debate. This footage comes from a miner who stumbled upon something incredible during his usual workday. The video shows the miner deep underground, where he spotted a strangely shaped head jutting out from the ground. It kind of looks like the head of a dragon or a T-Rex. The miner, clearly bewildered, uses his pickaxe to try and unearth it further. That's where the video cuts off, leaving us with a giant mystery. So, what was it? Logically, it could just be a rock that happens to resemble a dragon's head. But then again, why would a rock look exactly like that? And the look on the miner's face says it all. He's definitely got the feeling this is no ordinary rock. One thing's for sure, these miners unearthed something far more interesting than whatever they were originally looking for. Ever come home to an empty lasagna dish, even though you swore you left it for leftovers? Well, this next video takes that feeling to a whole new level, with a wild twist. This YouTube video features some incredible footage captured by a home security camera in Connecticut. The culprit, a giant black bear. The video shows the bear casually strolling into the kitchen, like it owns the place. It opens the fridge with no problem and starts rummaging around. Then, it spots the lasagna. Jackpot. This furry bandit then pulls off a heist smoother than any Hollywood movie. Just like that, the lasagna disappears. The bear even manages to hop out the window with its prize, a one-legged maneuver that would impress any gymnast. It was a clean getaway for this cunning critter. The bear in the video looks like a seasoned pro. The way it waltzed right in and knew exactly what it was doing suggests this isn't its first fridge raid. This hungry mammal helped itself to a delicious frozen dinner before making a graceful exit. Honestly, if a bear broke into my house and just stole my lasagna, I'd be kind of impressed and relieved it wasn't after anything else. As time goes on, things on Earth are getting weirder and weirder, like a recent video circulating on the internet that is leaving people terrified. This video was captured by an apartment dweller during a thunderstorm. In the video, you can see dark clouds swirling around, and then there it is. A bright red ball of light appears out of nowhere. The object gets brighter and just hangs there in the sky. The person who uploaded the video claims it showed up after a lightning strike and lingered for a few minutes. Now, I don't know about you guys, but to me, that looks an awful lot like a red emergency flare someone shot up in the air. It seems like maybe the person who filmed this has never seen a flare before, which is why they uploaded it in shock. I bet they'll get an earful in the comments about what it really is. Volcanoes usually conjure up images of destruction, massive ash plumes, earthquakes, and rivers of molten lava. But sometimes a volcanic eruption can be strangely beautiful. This next video, captured by a group of lucky hikers, shows an active volcano putting on a breathtaking light show. In the video, a loud boom erupts, followed by a massive bolt of lightning that tears through the black smoke cloud billowing from the volcano's peak. The smoke itself is an impressive sight, but the lightning strike takes it to a whole new level. This phenomenon is called volcanic lightning, and it's different from the kind you see during a regular thunderstorm. It's caused by the collision and fragmentation of ash particles, and sometimes ice, within the volcanic plume. All this friction creates static electricity, turning the plume into a giant dirty thunderstorm. Seeing volcanic lightning is incredibly rare. Only about 200 instances have been documented in the past 200 years. So the hikers who captured this footage were definitely in the right place at the right time. This next clip shows how quick thinking and staying alert can be the difference between life and death. The scene you just witnessed took place during the 2020 Beirut explosion. Before the blast, a massive fire broke out at a nearby fireworks factory, which this family witnessed from the rooftop of their nearby home. Sensing danger as they watched the fire intensify, the family made a split-second decision to seek shelter inside their house. Their instincts proved crucial as moments after they entered, the explosion rocked the area. The force of the blast was immense, causing everything in its path to erupt like balloons. Walls crumbled and plastic tanks exploded under the sheer pressure. The family narrowly escaped tragedy by acting swiftly and trusting their instincts. Had they been even slightly delayed, they could have been caught in the devastating shockwave. My friends always ask me why I'm not a fan of surfing, and I show them this clip from the World Surf League. Captured by App News, this video shows a surfer engaged in a one-on-one battle with a mighty shark. The surfer, thrown into a panic, uses his surfboard to fend off the shark. After a struggle, he manages to swim away to safety. In a post-interview with App News, the surfer explains that while waiting for a wave, he felt something pulling him underwater. He then felt the presence of the shark behind him and instinctively punched it, causing the shark to retreat momentarily. This gave him the opportunity to escape, and he was later rescued by lifeguards. It's a chilling sight, and one can only imagine the fear the surfer experienced during the encounter. This adds yet another reason to my list of why I'll stick to dry land and avoid surfing. Remember when you were a kid and mistakenly grabbed someone else's hand at the mall, thinking it was your mom? Well, this video captures a similar adorable mix-up, but with a koala. In this adorable video captured by a dog owner, a baby koala latches onto his dog, mistaking it for its mother. At first, the scene is undeniably cute, with the dog seemingly unfazed by the koala's clinginess. However, as the koala climbs on top of the dog starts to feel a bit annoyed. But the determined little marsupial firmly believes the dog is its mother. The interaction continues with the dog attempting to free itself, while the koala holds on tightly. Perhaps the koala finally realized that the dog wasn't its mother, just like how we after some time realizes our mistake at the mall. You might have good luck in life, but you can't get luckier than this. Pretty lucky, right? In this incredible footage captured by a couple of divers during their expedition in the Pacific Ocean, as one diver was filming, a massive shark suddenly appeared from the background and zoomed past the diver, coming dangerously close to taking a bite out of their head. It was a heart-stopping moment, as the shark even opened its mouth, ready to strike. However, the lucky diver showed some quick reflexes and managed to lower their head just in time, narrowly avoiding the shark's attack. I don't believe the shark had any intention of attacking the diver. They probably just got in the shark's way while swimming. Nonetheless, it was an incredibly intense and scary encounter, seeing such a huge shark appear out of nowhere. A group of friends set out on a drive to test the new forward-looking infrared night vision system on their ultimate tow rig, but what they captured on camera was far from what they expected. As they cruised down a desolate road at night for the test, they encountered a bizarre sight: a hairy humanoid creature crossing their path. Multiple cameras mounted on the truck recorded the mysterious being, revealing its tall, humanoid appearance and unique walk that didn't resemble any known animal. The creature, brown in color, stood out against the darkness of the night. According to the friends, this creature resembled the legendary Bigfoot, with sightings reported in other parts of Grizzled Gloosh in recent times. So what do you think? Was it truly Bigfoot, or perhaps just someone pulling a prank on the friends? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Venture into the shadowy realm of a forest on a winter night, illuminated only by the beam of a flashlight, through this chilling video. The scene is set deep within the trees, where the silence of the snowy landscape is pierced by the unexpected sight of glowing yellow eyes peeking from behind the forest's darkened veil. The intensity of the eyes, shining with an eerie luminescence, captures our full attention. Their mysterious glow raises a haunting question. What creature or entity do they belong to? The possibilities send our imagination into overdrive. Are these the eyes of a hidden animal, perhaps a nocturnal predator with reflective eyes caught in the flashlight's glare? Or is there a more mysterious, unexplainable presence lurking in the forest? If I were that man, I would have ran away as quick as possible. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. Dive into a captivating scene unfolding in this video, where the timeless tale of a bear's quest for honey comes to life. Despite its size, the bear's determination is immense. It's fixated on the sweet prize hidden inside the tree, undeterred by the formidable defense mechanism it encounters. The air around the bear buzzes with activity as bees swarm, fiercely trying to fend off the intruder. The bear's thick fur offers some protection, but its persistence highlights the powerful drive of its natural instincts. Sometimes you gotta get stung if you want to get the big prize, I guess. Step into the mysterious ambience of this video, where a seemingly peaceful forest scene takes a sudden and bewildering turn. Initially, everything appears serene and typical of a forest landscape, with trees standing tall and the sounds of nature possibly filling the air. However, the tranquility is abruptly interrupted as, one by one, the trees begin to topple. The sight is startling. Normally, one might quickly assume the work of a deforestation crew, perhaps a chainsaw or a feller buncher at play behind the scenes. Yet, the perplexing aspect of this video is the absence of any such machinery or apparent human intervention. The trees continue to fall, seemingly sliced at their base, fueling a sense of bewilderment and intrigue. This unexplained phenomenon makes me wonder, is there an invisible force at work, or is there a natural explanation, such as a disease weakening the trees, making them succumb to gravity? In this video, we're introduced to a serene and seemingly gentle interaction that quickly becomes a startling encounter. This unexpected action catches everyone off guard. Nurse sharks, typically sluggish and unaggressive, are not known for such behaviors. They are usually bottom dwellers, peaceful to divers and swimmers, which adds to the surprise of this rare incident. Although the shark didn't attack and there was no aggression involved, the incident should be a lesson that we should leave the animals alone in their environments. I can't state enough how irresponsible I find that mother to be. In this intriguing video, we're transported to a cold, icy environment where the waters are dotted with floating ice. Camera captures a remarkable and unusual sight. A group of orcas, also known as killer whales, congregated in what appears to be a tight circular formation on the water's surface. The scene is set amidst the chilly expanse of ice, bobbing above the water while the rest of their bodies remain submerged. The way these majestic creatures are huddled so closely together, forming a circle, is not a common sight and sparks curiosity about their behavior. Orcas are known for their high intelligence and complex social structures, which could suggest that this gathering has a purpose or meaning, although it's not immediately clear from the video what that might be. They aren't showing signs of distress or engaging in an apparent hunting strategy. Instead, they seem to be participating in a quiet, perhaps social or protective, activity that is not often witnessed by humans. I find these creatures fascinating. Yes, they are extremely dangerous, but also very smart given their ability to make strategies. Imagine watching footage from a surveillance camera capturing the quiet of the night at a children's playground. The focus is on a swing, which at first glance appears to be in use. However, there's no one around, and as you pay closer attention, the scene takes on an eerie atmosphere. The swing is moving back and forth with such intensity that it seems as if an invisible force or presence is propelling it. The more you observe, the more the situation feels supernatural, especially when you notice the vague, shadowy outline that seems to occupy the swing. This shadow doesn't have a clear, defined shape like a person. Instead, it's amorphous, almost like mist, enhancing the ghostly vibe of the footage. This video gave me the chills and left me wondering, what was that thing? I inclined to think of something supernatural, because I doubt that kids would be using a swing during the night. There is something about this scene making me curious. Imagine you're watching a video filmed by a driver at night. The scene illuminated only by the vehicle's headlights, but then something unexpected appears, briefly captured on the phone camera as the car speeds by.
Mec, c'est quoi ça? C'est quoi? Oh putain!
To the left of the car, visible through the window, there's an odd, unsettling presence. It's a figure that resembles a lady, clad in a long, elegant gown reminiscent of styles worn 60 years ago, grand and out of place on a deserted road at night. The dress flows gracefully, suggesting a bygone era of sophistication and formality. However, there's an eerie quality to this figure. Although her face isn't visible, there's something about her posture, the way she's standing, that stirs a deep sense of unease, hinting that she might not be of this world. The fleeting glimpse raises more questions than it answers, leaving the viewer. Imagine you're cruising down the road, heading home after a demanding day at the office, when suddenly you witness this coming down from the sky. This video, originating from Russia, captures the breathtaking descent of what appears to be debris from a meteor. The sizable meteor fragments are hurtling down from the sky at an impressive speed, casting a radiant light that illuminates the entire city. The spectacle reaches its zenith as the meteor debris crashes into Russia's Ural Mountains, unleashing a powerful shockwave that shatters windows and rattles buildings. Notably, this incident was unintentionally well documented, thanks to the widespread use of dash cameras in Russia at the time. Numerous dash cams recorded the meteor streaking across the sky, followed by the dazzling flash accompanying its explosion. Elizabeth Pearson, an astronomer from Cardiff University, points out that the shedding of debris from a substantial asteroid is not an uncommon occurrence. It happens more frequently than one might think. While the event took everyone by surprise, it left an enduring impression on those fortunate enough to witness this cosmic display. This video might just make you rethink that leisurely stroll through the woods. As this couple is just walking in the forest, they spot something big and dark, moving among the trees. At first, they think it's a bear, which by itself would be enough to worry about, right? Personally, I would certainly not stick around to make this recording. But what is even more scary is that after a few moments, this bear does something bears don't usually do. It stands up on two legs, just like a person. That's when the couple knows it's time to get out of there, fast. The camera's all shaky as they run, trying not to trip over anything, and you can't see any much more after that. So what was that thing? Some say it might be Bigfoot. Considering how it stood up on its two legs, the dark hair covering its entire body, and the overall massive size, could it be true? While some may doubt the existence of ghosts, this video could sway even skeptics. A man at home witnessed a spooky event, a chair swaying on its own. Perplexed by the sight, he grabbed his phone and started recording. Intrigued and somewhat spooked, he called his wife to witness the unusual spectacle.
Hey, hon, come here.
However, the wife, overwhelmed by fear, hesitated to approach the mysteriously moving chair. There is also something this guy said that made me think. He said that this is the most active he's seen it during the day, which makes us realize that this is not the first strange sight this family has had. But the recording took a chilling turn once he got closer to the chair and looked at the reflection. We can clearly see someone standing in the chair, and even more bizarre, we can then see the ghostly entity stand up from the chair, and it lunges at him.
I'm not liking this. Hon, let's go to dinner.
The man was visibly shaken and started calling for his wife to get out of the house for a while. The lingering question remains: what was the ghost's motive behind this unsettling manifestation? Numerous Bigfoot sightings circulate on the internet, with some debunked but a few remain a mystery. This particular sighting, though less known, is quite compelling. The creature captured in the footage closely matches the traditional descriptions of Bigfoot. A man noticed this creature lurking behind the trees. He anticipated its return and decided to document the encounter. After a short wait, the creature emerged among the trees and gradually moved away. Its massive black hair and bipedal form challenges any simple explanation as a mere bear or person. I personally believe that it is something distinct and notably too enormous for it to be just a man in a costume. The man's recording provides undeniable evidence of an encounter with a large, unidentified creature. Forests are mysterious places and they harbor countless secrets, especially when veiled in darkness during the night. To uncover the mysteries and observe animal behavior, people often deploy trail cameras in the forest. However, these cameras sometimes capture inexplicable phenomena. In one such footage, humanoid figures were caught on a trail camera. Initially, the camera recorded a creature with human-like features, moving on both hands and feet, creating an unsettling and eerie scene. Later, more eerie individuals emerged before the camera. What's unsettling is that they were unclothed and had eerie, slender bodies. Who were these individuals? What were they doing in the forest at night? I have no explanation for this video, so please feel free to comment. You may have encountered unimaginable and mysterious creatures in your life. It is believed that the ocean is home to thousands of creatures, some of which remain unknown to scientists. Could it be possible that some of these unidentified creatures find their way into ponds and lakes? Incidents have been reported worldwide where eerie and unknown creatures have been observed in such bodies of water. In this footage, a family passing by a pond near the road noticed a large number of worm-like creatures in the water. These creatures resemble worms, but differ in structure and form from typical worms or eels. The entire pond was dominated by the population of these unknown creatures. Intrigued, the family decided to stop their car and started recording the scene. They even captured one of these creatures and placed it in a bucket they had with them. It looks a bit like a centipede with all those little arm-like things around it. But as far as I know, they aren't the swimming type. Does anyone have a clue what they might be? I looked a bit online, but I could not find this species. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Stray dogs often chase people on the road, especially when people are cycling near them. In some instances, bears or other animals may exhibit similar behavior. However, have you ever witnessed a cow chasing a cyclist on the road? In this video, two friends were cycling on an unpaved road surrounded by woods when suddenly, out of nowhere, a white cow emerged and started chasing them. The cyclist in the rear, equipped with a head-mounted camera, captured the entire encounter. I don't know about you, but I do find it a bit funny of how it ended. I do hope, however, that the cow was okay from that jump. Bears are deemed dangerous due to their tendency to attack humans, but what makes them even more dangerous is their complete unpredictability. They can engage in unexpected behaviors, causing chaos and destruction. In this video, 3 friends chose to stay at a rest house surrounded by woods inhabited by bears. As they parked their car the night before, a visitor somehow managed to get inside their car. A young bear decided that the car was the best place to take a nap. It became a significant problem for them to get the bear out of the car. One friend approached the car and opened the door, hoping the bear would exit. But it remained inside. He opened the door again and quickly retreated to avoid a potential bear attack upon exit. However, the bear stayed inside the car and, unexpectedly, broke the door mirror to escape. I have seen many videos of people trying to break car windows with no success, but this bear just did it without much trying. Just imagine how powerful these creatures are. This incident highlights how animals can cause more destruction and behave unpredictably when they feel endangered. Ever felt like someone's watching you while walking alone? Well, this hiker experienced just that and decided to record what he sensed. In a forest, he felt eyes fixated on him, prompting him to open his camera. What he captured was a black figure peering directly at him from behind a tree. This mysterious being was stalking the hiker, completely unaware of being spotted. The creature, like others we have seen in previous clips, appeared quite humanoid and was covered in thick black fur. To me, it resembled a Bigfoot, but it's hard to say for sure since the video was recorded from a distance, making the facial features less visible. What are your thoughts on this stalking creature? Could it be a Bigfoot? Or might it be something even more terrifying? The video leaves us with a sense of mystery and intrigue about what lurks in the depths of the forest. In a remote California forest, where trail cameras are often deployed by wildlife enthusiasts and researchers, a piece of footage has emerged that sends shivers down the spine. The serene forest setting is suddenly disrupted when an enigmatic figure materializes in front of the camera, almost as if it appeared out of thin air. The figure, adopting a humanoid stance and adorned with a face mask, stands eerily still, fixating on the camera with an unsettling gaze. The mysterious individual then casually teleports to the side before the video unexpectedly concludes. While it's plausible that this is a person wearing a mask, the motivations behind their presence in the heart of the forest at that particular moment remain shrouded in mystery, injecting an unsettling element into the footage. Back in 2015, a video surfaced claiming to have captured a spooky encounter on Halloween. The footage unfolds in front of a festively decorated tree, adorned with hanging seeds and a black coat in the backdrop. Amidst these Halloween trinkets, something strange unfolds. At the 5-second mark, a wispy figure materializes in front of the black coat, taking on a human-like form. Over the next few seconds, the smoky figure seems to thicken, almost as if it's hanging upside down from the tree. The sight is downright eerie, and moments later, The figure appears to rise before vanishing into thin air. While the video hints at a ghostly presence or spirit, I'm open to considering alternative explanation. I welcome anyone to share their thoughts in the comments. There are numerous majestic and fascinating animals that have gone extinct, and the hope of their return often seems impossible. However, this video from Indonesia presents an intriguing scenario. A bizarre mammal believed to be extinct was captured roaming in the forest. This creature, known as the long-beaked echidna, was found in the Indonesian forest, exhibiting spines reminiscent of a hedgehog, the snout of an anteater, and the feet of a mole. Long considered extinct, the long-beaked echidna surprised scientists with its reappearance in the Cyclops Mountains of Indonesia, more than 60 years after its presumed extinction. This discovery is remarkable, and it sparks the possibility that other extinct animals might also reappear in the future. This video originates from Paraguay and has left people in both fear and confusion. In the footage, recorded by locals in a Paraguayan village, a creature is seen floating in the water. This creature appears lifeless, but its strange appearance adds to the mystery. The creature has a hairless, fur-deprived body with 2 arms and legs, resembling a human. Its hands are particularly unsettling, displaying a humanoid structure with 5 fingers and a palm. While the creature's face is not clearly visible in the footage, it is suggested to bear a resemblance to the mythical chupacabra. The chupacabra is often described as a creature that acts like a vampire, killing animals by sucking their blood. Stories of such creatures date back several decades, with the first major wave of alleged chupacabra sightings reported by farmers in Puerto Rico in the late 1980s and early 1990s. This video adds to the ongoing lore surrounding these mysterious beings. Our oceans are captivating, housing creatures that often leave us wondering if they are real or some form of extraterrestrial being. This video showcases one such enigmatic sea creature found in the mud. The creature possesses a strange appearance, featuring a hard shell covering half of its body, resembling a shrimp on the other half. Notably, the hard shell displays 2 closely spaced eyes, and the tail exhibits 3 large tentacle-like structures. Despite its alien-like appearance, this creature is not otherworldly, but a horseshoe crab. Horseshoe crabs, while not actual crabs, are characterized by their slow movements and the habit of hitting the beaches of the Atlantic Ocean in late spring. Their name originates from the horseshoe shape of their shell. Interestingly, the horseshoe crab's existence spans an impressive 450 million years, challenging the notion of simplicity in the natural world. Imagine yourself as a hiker exploring the deep Canadian Acadian woods, and suddenly you spot a large black creature stealthily trailing you. Naturally, your instinct would be to record the encounter, much like the hiker in this footage. The video captures a sizable black creature stalking the hiker from the bushes. After a few seconds of realizing it has been spotted, the creature ventures off into the forest, and the video concludes. In terms of appearance, the creature appears tall, possibly ranging from 8 to 10 feet in height when compared to the nearby woods. Its head and neck exhibit humanoid features, and its body is covered in thick black fur. It seems the hiker may have captured a rare and unsettling sight, the legendary Bigfoot. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. This sad video sheds light on the challenges wild animals face in their quest for basic necessities like water and food. Captured by a wildlife photographer, the footage reveals a vast muddy swamp where a group of horses endeavors to navigate towards a distant lake. The thick and dense nature of the mud poses a significant obstacle for the horses, forcing them to struggle and leap in their attempts to reach the water. The terrain may lead to twisted legs and potential damage to tendons and ligaments. A subsequent clip from the same swamp depicts a horse that has fallen onto its side and become entrapped in the mire. Despite its fervent struggles, the horse remains stuck, making no progress toward freedom. Regrettably, without intervention, this horse is destined to meet a tragic fate, sinking deeper into the swamp. This video serves as a poignant reminder of the harsh reality wild animals face, evoking gratitude for the convenience of readily available water in our home. You've likely seen videos of people rescuing aquatic creatures from sharks, but have you ever witnessed individuals trying to save the ferocious shark itself? This video is captured at a beach, depicting people attempting to assist a shark stranded on the shore. Their efforts involve dragging the shark back into the water, but the creature appears highly aggressive and frightened. In its distress, the shark retaliates, attempting to attack the person offering assistance. The woman recording the video expresses genuine fear, zooming in on the shark's sharp and intimidating teeth.
Oh my! Babe, it's too dangerous! Don't be doing that!
After significant effort and struggle, the group successfully manages to return the shark to the water, where it swims away. While this may seem like a heartwarming moment, it raises concerns about the appropriateness of trying to physically handle and relocate a potentially dangerous creature like a shark. Such interventions could easily lead to unforeseen consequences. We witnessed the resurgence of the long-beaked echidna, but brace yourself for something even more extraordinary. This video, filmed in the Mariana Trench, the deepest part of the ocean, reveals a mesh-like structure submerged in the water. Suddenly, a colossal, shark-like head emerges from the side. The creature appears curious about the mesh contraption, investigating it with a series of sniffs. After exploring the apparatus, the creature swims in front of the camera, revealing its massive and bulky physique, complete with substantial fins and gills. The head of this aquatic creature is particularly unsettling and creepy. Strikingly, it bears a resemblance to the megalodon, a species of shark that went extinct 23 million years ago. Megalodons could reach lengths of up to 20.3 meters, or 67 feet, with estimated modal lengths around 10.5 meters, or 34 feet. This video adds another layer to the reasons why one might hesitate to go swimming at the beach. Exploring abandoned places has never turned out to be good in years. Still, people don't ever stop doing that. Take these guys for instance. They decided to go to an abandoned building in the middle of the night and then got scared when they saw a ghost standing in their way.
Just go, take the right, take the right, take the right.
What else was going to happen anyways? The ghost had white overalls on and looked like a ghost of a patient. As the location of the places was never mentioned, we can make a guess that it was an abandoned hospital. The ghost could be a patient who died there. And the sight was scary enough to have the people run for their life a second after watching the figure standing in front of them. Was it a real ghost? Or was it a fake video just to get some attention on the internet? The conclusion is on you to make. While busy capturing his bunnies engaging in random activities, he heard something weird outside. Following the noise, he moved towards the window to see what it was, and to his shock, it resembled something straight out of a horror movie.
There's something like
crouching down there.
Yeah, could you get the light?
In the midst of darkness, a small ray of light fell on the figure apparently crouching down on the ground. However, as soon as the cryptid realized it had been seen by humans, it didn't waste a second before leaving the place. Despite being shocked to the core, the guy went out to get a clearer picture of the scary thing he had just seen. Unfortunately, the creepy figure was already gone for good before anyone could reach it. When looking back at the video, although blurry, I can see that this can't be an animal. The shape resembles a human, although it looks very strange and feral. This video sparked a clash online upon its posting, with many people claiming it as the ultimate evidence of cryptids being real, while others insisted it was a fake video. Regardless of which side you're on, witnessing such a thing in the middle of the night can be a downright scary experience, and there is no denying that. Feel free to draw your own conclusions about its authenticity. Woods have always been associated with mystery and darkness since mankind found its way on Earth, with creepy surroundings, wandering deadly predators, and the ominous darkness. However, this does not deter humans from visiting such potentially dangerous places. Take this guy, for instance. He decided to wander off looking for evidence of the unknown, and that is exactly what he found. Venturing deeper into the forest, he sensed a weird energy getting closer to him. Soon enough, he saw what exactly was making him feel that way. A scary figure, dressed as a normal human being, was standing a few feet away from him. The man pointed his flashlight towards the figure, but it did not move. It seemed as if the figure was just standing there, staring at the man, warning him to get away or face deadly consequences. Fortunately, the man heeded the warning and left the place before anything bad could happen.
I heard something here.
What's that?
Go.
Uploaded anonymously, the video remains a mystery yet to be solved. In my opinion, it could be someone's hanging clothes, but there was a head attached to it, so the chances of it being a ghost are very high. This video was found on a camera discovered in the Scottish woodland a couple of years ago. The camera had only a small clip of two bikers riding around the woods. During the ride, the camera turned towards a scary figure standing right beside them. The bikers paused for a second, looked at each other, before deciding to ride away from the place, as that creepy figure was not something they expected in normal circumstances. The figure had a white face and was completely covered in black overalls. It looked creepy enough to scare even the bravest man. Whether that was just a prop put in the forest to give a scare, I can hear something like a scream in the recording as well. Either way, I am glad they decided to pedal away and not investigate. What happens in abandoned buildings, especially when the buildings were once used for all holy purposes, like churches? This clip might give you a glimpse into the world of the abandoned and the paranormal. Recorded by a security camera placed inside the church, this clip appeared to be very normal at first. There was not a single soul in sight, but then something weird happened. A shadow figure appeared at the backside near the windows. It looked like the shadow of a bent man with a cloth on him, walking around. Everything returned to normal, only for the shadow to appear again, but this time slightly at the front near the benches. The possibility of a human being there is very low, so anyone who saw the clip quickly determined that it was a ghost. Or is there more to this clip that we don't know about? Yellowstone Park is famous for scary close calls with animals, and this family had a similar experience when a family of bears decided to pay them a visit. At first, they enjoyed the bears coming closer to their car, thinking it would be a fun moment. However, the family did not know that the bears were there, all curious, and would not be leaving them alone anytime soon. As a few moments passed, and the animals were investigating the car from every angle, the family got a little scared and tried driving the car forward, thinking this would scare the animals. But, of course, that did not work. One of the bears even clung to the car so strongly that driving slowly wasn't enough to loosen its grip. It wasn't just the adults who were freaked out, but also the kids in the car were crying out loud, seeing such massive beasts surrounding them.
Oh, great. How did this happen?
Dashi, they're just
playing.
They're just playing.
That is another reason on my list to always be cautious in forests. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. This video was uploaded on the internet in 2019, and when it hit the internet, it shocked everyone who saw it. To some, it might look like a normal clip of a family enjoying some fun time at night. However, it looks all fun and games, until you focus on the background, where a creepy whitish figure appears to be lurking. The humanoid figure just stayed hidden in the darkness, away from the humans, creepily stalking them all the time. He stood afar, then got a little closer, then went back, as if trying to take a better look at the men and the kid enjoying the swing. But what makes the whole clip a lot scarier is the part where the humans did not even sense the presence of the figure near them. Is it that the camera only could capture it, and it wasn't visible to the naked eye? Is it a cryptid, a skinwalker, or something else? The mystery remains unsolved still. Bears might look all cute and fluffy to people, but one should never forget that they are apex predators, able to kill in seconds when they want to. So we all need to stay as far away from these creatures as possible. The man in this clip had a close encounter with these deadly beasts when a bear started following him in the woods. At first he tried to get away from the beast slowly and gradually. However, the bear was in no mood to let him go. When even after a few minutes the bear wasn't leaving, the man had to pull out the ultimate weapon and sprayed the bear with the bear spray.
Hey, bear. Hey. Hey.
And that was enough to scare the animal away. With luck on his side, the man returned back to safety. I applaud this guy for keeping his cool in this situation. Our world is divided into two camps. Those who believe in aliens and those who think the alien believers are simply high. I personally lean towards the alien theory, but videos like this one make me question everything.
This is so cool. What's that?
What is that?
A TikTok user captured this incredibly strange footage of something flying through the clouds. The camera pans up to a dark, cloudy sky when suddenly a sharp, pointed object darts across the screen. We only see its shadow, but it's unlike anything we've ever seen before. Internet users are buzzing with theories, ranging from alien spacecraft to mythical dragons. While I'm tempted to jump on the alien bandwagon, a more logical explanation might be a Black Hawk or Apache helicopter. Regardless of its identity, the object's incredible speed is undeniably fascinating. What do you think this could be? Share your theories in the comments below. Have you ever heard of Finland's silent people? If not, prepare to be baffled by this bizarre footage captured by a YouTuber couple. In the video, the vlogger stumbled upon a truly peculiar sight. A field teeming with hundreds of scarecrows. Now, a few scarecrows are normal, but this was an army of them, dressed in various outfits. They stood eerily close together, like some bizarre gathering. But don't worry, it's not a ritual, but rather a piece of art. These scarecrow-like figures are known as the Silent People, or Hiljainen Kansa in Finnish. They're the brainchild of local artist Reijo Kela, who dresses them twice a year in eye-catching clothes. You can even swap your t-shirt with one of them. A unique fashion opportunity. But what really creeps me out is imagining stumbling upon this scene in the dead of night. I definitely get the shock of my life. My friends always wonder why I decline their lake swimming invitations. Well, videos like this explain everything.
That's 4 times your home vacuum cleaner. Like, just the suction hurts.
This thing looks straight out of Dune. A group of friends captured this horrifying creature while on a lake trip. The video shows one guy trying to detach a long, slimy creature from a rock. He struggles because its mouth has an incredible suction power.
That's 4 times your home vacuum cleaner. Like, just the suction hurts.
Apparently 4 times stronger than a vacuum cleaner. Finally, he manages to pull it off, revealing a terrifying mouth full of rows of teeth. It's like something out of a nightmare. A snake-like body with that kind of mouth. No, thank you. This is why I avoid lakes. You never know what lurking horrors might be waiting to suck the life out of you. A homeowner was jolted awake by strange banging noises coming from the kitchen. Thinking it was an animal, he grabbed his phone to investigate. What he found was pure nightmare fuel. The video shows the homeowner cautiously approaching the kitchen, recording as he goes. As he enters, a horrifying mix of growls and screeches fills the air. Terrified, he pans the camera towards the kitchen counter, where the noise is coming from. Suddenly, a skeletal white head pops out of a pot, growling at him. This spine-chilling encounter has divided viewers. Some insist it's real, while others claim it's fake. For me, the creature's appearance and the way it blends with its surroundings make it hard to believe it's edited. However, if it's genuine, we might be looking at a real-life ghost story. Photobombing your videos by your friends is one thing, but this video takes it to a whole new level of terrifying. You saw that, right? This is straight up spine chilling. This dude in Mexico is just innocently recording his mom with his new phone. She's beaming, loving the attention. But wait, something's off. Pause the video, zoom in on her shadow, and your jaw drops. There, lurking behind her, is something. Something with a humanoid shape. It's like a low-res nightmare, with hair and a face peeking out. I mean, the fact that there's a ghostly figure in the video is scary enough. But what really gets to me is that no one noticed. They were completely oblivious to this creepy intruder in their midst. Talk about a Freaky Friday. When we think of crocodiles, we usually imagine huge, ferocious monsters that are incredibly powerful. But we rarely consider them agile or quick. However, this next video might just change your mind. This incredible footage was captured by a pair of friends on a fishing trip. They had a, let's just say, exciting encounter. In the video, one friend is recording while the other is reeling in a freshly caught fish. As they're bringing the fish in, something else in the water starts chasing it. The friend quickly pulls the fish out, but whatever was after it follows right behind. To their shock, it's a young crocodile. The croc lunges out of the water after the fish, and that's when things get really crazy. The friend starts running with the fish, and guess what? The crocodile gives chase. I mean, seriously, just give the little guy the fish. You don't want to become its next meal. April Fool's pranks can sometimes go too far, but they've never gone so overboard that they've required a full-scale emergency response. Until 1974, in Alaska, that is, this photo shows a volcanic eruption about to happen, right? Well, it's actually from April 1974. When residents of Sitka, Alaska, saw something strange happening at Mount Edgecumbe, a dormant volcano. A huge plume of dark smoke was rising from the mountain. Scared, people called the police, firefighters, and even sent out helicopters to investigate a possible volcanic eruption. Imagine their shock when they reached the mountaintop and looked down into the crater. Instead of a raging volcano, they found a spray-painted message: April Fools. The smoke, just a massive pile of burning tires. A 50-year-old prankster was behind it all. Talk about taking April Fool's Day to a whole new level. This guy wasted the local authorities' time and money on a joke. But hey, at least he'll be remembered in history, right? Nature has its own way of living, and it's best not to disturb it, especially when you're doing your own work. Just like this excavator operator found out. This video comes from a construction site where an excavator was cleaning out a sewage passageway. As the machine was digging, it accidentally scooped up a huge, monstrous-looking creature. The driver was pretty confused about what was in his bucket, so he brought it close to the window to take a look. Imagine his surprise when he realized it was a crocodile. Covered in sewage, the croc looked absolutely terrifying. Realizing what it was, the driver quickly put the creature back on the ground and gave it a little nudge. The croc wasted no time diving back into the water, and the video ends. That crocodile was just chilling there, completely invisible, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. I mean, if someone had walked by, they would have never known it was there and could have been in serious trouble. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Have you ever felt incredibly lucky, like when you win something by chance? We all have, but I bet my life you've never been as lucky as this skydiver. This video shows a Russian skydiver jumping from a super high snowy peak. Everything seems fine until he opens his parachute. But wait, something's wrong. The parachute gets tangled, spinning the diver out of control. He desperately tries to fix it, but can't. As the ground gets closer and closer, he accepts his fate. But then, a miracle happens. He lands safely on a thick patch of snow. Can you believe it? He survived, sitting there in disbelief. He must have felt like he got a second chance at life. To land on a horizontal, thick snow patch like that from such a height, it's nothing short of a miracle. Fishing can be a real test of patience, waiting for that perfect bite. But this video shows some people who seem to have found a fishing cheat code. Amazing, right? This video features a group of dock workers demonstrating their secret fishing technique. One guy lowers an animal leg with a bit of meat attached into the water. After a few seconds, he pulls it out, and it's covered in fish. They use a bucket to scoop up the catch and then repeat the process several times, each time bringing up a handful of fish. It's the easiest fishing method I've ever seen. I mean, what kind of animal leg is that? It must be irresistible to the fish. Snow can seem so peaceful and inviting amidst nature's other weather conditions. But then you hear about the terrifying North Dakota blizzard of 1966.
You had a little tough luck with the weather this morning. You had to get through with plows and police department help and everything else on one run. Would you tell us about that?
This documentary takes us back to 1966 in the aftermath of the ferocious North Dakota blizzard. that blanketed everything in a thick, suffocating layer of snow. The film interviews an ambulance driver while showing clips of the snow-covered roads. The driver recounts the chaos of those days, describing countless emergency calls. News reports of the blizzard's horror paint a grim picture. Cars buried in massive snowdrifts and roads, completely impassable. One of the most severe blizzards in history, this storm raged across the northern plains from March 2 to 5, 1966. Its relentless duration and staggering snowfall, up to 30 inches in some places, combined with 70 miles, created a nightmare scenario. This image alone captures the sheer terror of the blizzard. Those towering electric poles, completely submerged in snow, suggest drifts as high as 25 to 30 feet. It was a horrifying ordeal. Fishing is usually a relaxing hobby, but this fisherman's experience was anything but. Check out this insane encounter captured on GoPro. Can you believe what this guy saw? The video shows a fisherman in a pond who has a terrifying encounter. As he casts his line, something immediately grabs the bait. The water around the hook starts bubbling furiously as he reels it in. The bubbling seems to follow the hook closer and closer until, finally, we see the source. A monstrous fish. This thing is huge with a weird eel-like body. The video cuts off just as the monster attacks the fish on the hook. I've searched high and low, but I can't identify this creature. Whatever it is, I'm glad the fisherman didn't reel it in completely. That thing could have easily jumped out of the water and attacked him. Ice can be terrifying, not because of massive icebergs, but due to the treacherous, invisible cracks that can form in the ground. This rescue video shows the dramatic moment when a skier falls into a 60-foot deep ice crack. The rescue team uses shovels to free the skier from the surrounding snow and ice. The crack looks incredibly narrow, barely wide enough for the rescuer to squeeze in. It's a miracle the skier survived the initial fall, but now the focus is on getting him out safely. Seeing this makes me realize how dangerous these icy environments can be. I'll definitely think twice before venturing into such places. On the bright side, at least I'd have a pretty unique final resting place if I ended up there. Bears are getting pretty unhinged lately. First, they were raiding our trash cans, but now they're terrorizing our moose. This video comes from Cook City at a Montana campground where a driver captured a really weird forest chase going on. In the video recorded by the driver from inside the car, we see a huge moose come running out of the forest like it's running from something. Soon after, the source of its fear also followed it out of the woods, and it was a massive bear. The bear gave the moose a good chase, and that's where the video ends. This was a really weird scene. I mean, moose are huge with those giant antlers, but they seem pretty cautious. I thought a moose could easily take down a bear, especially a bull moose. But this bear has some serious attitude. It's crazy to see. Next, we have a clip that makes it seem like kangaroos are Earth's secret weapon against alien invaders. Well, kind of.
What's up, Skip? Hey, back off! Back off! Go away!
This video was actually recorded by a skydiver's GoPro camera while he was landing on a roundabout in Australia. As he touched down, he saw two kangaroos hopping towards him in the distance. At first, he thought they were coming to greet him, so he gave them a friendly wave. But as they got closer, he realized they weren't exactly welcoming him with open arms. They started attacking him. The skydiver managed to defend himself by jumping back, and the kangaroos, after 2 failed attempts, gave up and left. It wasn't the warmest of welcomes, that's for sure. Kangaroos can be quite defensive, and if they see you as a threat, they won't hesitate to attack. And let's face it, a skydiver with a massive parachute probably looks pretty alien to them. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. If you think you've seen it all, hold on tight, because this next clip will blow your mind. A diver dancing with a shark. You won't believe your eyes. Isn't that incredible? This isn't a scene from a Disney movie. It's a real video from an aquarium. Watch as this diver gracefully dances hand in hand with a shark. The man is holding the shark like a dance partner, spinning them slowly around. And the shark? It's totally into it, following the diver's lead like a pro. But it's real. I did some digging, and it looks like that's a nurse shark, which is known for being pretty docile. This diver probably spent months building a strong bond with this amazing creature. Or maybe he put the shark in a trance by flipping it over, which can calm them down. Whatever the reason, this was definitely a showstopper for the aquarium visitors. We've all heard the phrase rabbit hole, but have you ever seen a real one created by a rabbit? If not, this video is a must-watch. This incredible footage was captured by a camera hidden in a rabbit's nest. It shows a fascinating moment. A mother rabbit returns to her seemingly empty nest, only to magically produce a whole litter of baby rabbits from a hidden hole in the side. They eagerly start feeding, like they've been waiting patiently for her arrival. When they're finished, they all disappear back into the hole, and the mom expertly covers it up with dirt, making it vanish without a trace. It's an amazing survival strategy. Who would ever guess that a whole family of baby rabbits was hiding right under our noses? I was totally planning to go surfing, but then a friend showed me this crazy video, and let's just say it changed my mind.
It's okay. I'm just saying hi. Ah! Oh my god.
Talk about a close call. This surfer lady was out in the ocean, just waiting for the perfect wave, when suddenly she's surrounded by a whole pod of orcas. In her video, you can see these massive creatures circling her surfboard, sniffing it curiously. I mean, can you imagine the terror? All she had between her and those powerful predators was a thin piece of fiberglass. But weirdly, they didn't seem aggressive at all, just super interested in her board. After a while, they swam away and she was safe. I mean, orcas are at the top of the food chain for a reason. There have been rare cases of orcas attacking humans, so this lady was incredibly lucky. It's a good reminder that the ocean is full of amazing creatures, but also full of surprises. Nature can be incredibly beautiful, like a gentle, peaceful rain, but sometimes it unleashes its fury in a way that's straight out of a nightmare. This video, filmed inside the Jefferson Memorial on June 29, 2012, captures one of the most intense thunderstorms ever recorded. It's like something from a science fiction movie. People are trapped inside and outside. The rain is falling in sheets, like it's pouring from a broken sky. The whole scene looks otherworldly. These storms are incredibly destructive, especially to wooden structures. Luckily, the people in this video were safe inside a sturdy building. But even without the damage, the sheer power and noise of that storm are enough to give anyone nightmares. It sounds like the sky is tearing apart, and the terrified people inside tell the whole story. Firefighting technology is incredible. It saves lives and protects property. But sometimes things go wrong, and we end up with scenes like this. Oh no! This looks like a scene from a winter wonderland, right? But this isn't snow. It's hundreds of gallons of firefighting foam spilling out of a malfunctioning system at the Vermont National Guard base. You can see foam pouring off the roof like a waterfall, flooding the entire floor. The soldiers are scrambling to stop the flow, and they eventually manage to do it. But the damage was already done. It's pretty crazy to see all that foam, and it looks harmless enough. But those systems are designed for specific purposes. It's a good reminder that even the best technology can have its off days. Our planet, particularly its oceans, holds a treasure trove of mysteries, with only a tiny fraction explored. And this video offers a glimpse into what might be lurking in the vast uncharted depths. What you just witnessed isn't a creation from a Pixar film, but a genuine creature discovered washed up on a beach. It's like something out of a bizarre fantasy tale, a fish with the face of a horse. This creature sports a weird mashup of horse-like features on its face, coupled with the body of a fish. But wait, it gets even more spine-chilling. Those two large, sharp fangs protruding from its mouth are enough to send shivers down anyone's spine. And if that wasn't enough to fuel your nightmares, the rest of its teeth resemble those of a horse. As if plucked from the depths of our wildest imaginations, this creature appears eerily dried up, as if it's been stranded on the beach for ages. Some might even argue it looks too perfect, almost like a meticulously crafted plastic figure blending the features of a horse and a fish. Now, I'll admit I can't help but entertain the thought that maybe, just maybe, this could be a man-made creation. But hey, I'm just sharing my thoughts for the sake of my own sanity. Ever experienced confusion in your life? Well, buckle up, because I'm about to show you something that'll take confusion to a whole new level. Yep, you saw that correctly. This mind-boggling footage was captured on a forest road in Indonesia, showcasing a truly bizarre scene of a snake devouring another snake, all while the latter is in the process of eating a frog. Confusing, right? In the clip, we witness multiple snakes, with one of them literally munching on another snake. Meanwhile, the onlookers' snakes seem unfazed, just casually slithering about, as if it's just another day in the forest. The devouring session continues for a full minute before the snake doing the munching decides to release its captive. But here's where it gets even weirder as the snake emerges from its fellow serpent's mouth. Lo and behold, it's holding a frog in its jaws. It looks like they both were fighting for the frog during all this time. Damn, it's a wild and confusing world out there, filled with endless surprises and oddities. This next clip is a real eye-opener about the lengths dog owners will go to ensure their furry friends' safety and protection. And trust me, it's unexpected and intense. This heart-pounding footage was captured by a homeowner's Ring camera, and it's nothing short of terrifying. In the clip, we see the serene setting of a backyard, with a cute little dog happily strolling around. But then, out of nowhere, something in the darkness catches the dog's attention, and it takes off in a panic. Moments later, the dog comes racing back, fear evident in its barks, as it's pursued by a mountain lion. As the dog dashes towards the safety of the house, the mountain lion hot on its heels. The homeowner springs into action. With a mixture of adrenaline and determination, she rushes outside, screaming at the top of her lungs to scare off the predator. In a heart-stopping moment, she manages to snatch her dog away from the jaws of danger just in time. With her terrified screams echoing through the night, the homeowner bravely defends her beloved pet. And miraculously, her efforts pay off as the mountain lion retreats into the darkness. It's a truly harrowing encounter, but thanks to the quick thinking and courage of the homeowner, disaster is averted. This next clip serves as a stark reminder of the importance of staying mentally alert and attentive while on the road, and why those car horns are more than just noisemakers. Hailing all the way from Russia, this heart-stopping footage was captured by a dash camera, documenting a driver's close encounter with the Grim Reaper, or more like Grim Moose himself. In the video, as the driver peacefully cruises down the road, suddenly, a giant moose appears out of nowhere. In a panic, the driver lets out loud screams to scare the moose away or avoid a crash. Surprisingly, it works. And the moose stops just inches from the car. But here's the question. Why not just honk the horn? Regardless, let's give credit where it's due. Despite the intense shock of the moment, the driver's swift reflexes and keen awareness kick in, allowing him to swerve just enough to dodge disaster. Talk about driving like a pro. Bigfoot, the age-old debate of whether they're real or just a myth. Me, well, I'm a believer, especially when I see videos like this one floating around the internet. This particular clip was snagged by a trail camera nestled in the dense woods of Northern California. In the video, it's nighttime, and the eerie atmosphere sets the stage perfectly. Suddenly, out of the darkness, we catch a glimpse of a strange humanoid figure hopping in an odd manner right in front of the camera. And just like that, it hops off and disappears into the woods. Now, take a closer look at this creature. Long, thick fur covering its body, standing tall with a humanoid stature. Sounds a lot like the Bigfoot sightings we've all heard about, doesn't it? But here's where it gets even stranger. There's a wooden cross sign planted right there in the middle of the forest. Now, who in their right mind would do that? Perhaps this cryptic creature has a spiritual side, or maybe there's something else going on in those woods that we don't know about. Nature sure has a knack for throwing us unexpected surprises, and this video captures one of those mesmerizing encounters that'll leave you in awe. Straight from Africa, this footage was snapped by a talented wildlife photographer. In the scene, we see a leopard perched up in a tree, eyeing a cobra snake sitting below. The tension is palpable as the leopard lets out roars of apprehension, while the cobra stands its ground, locking eyes with its feline foe. Despite the size difference between the two, the cobra manages to hold its own, instilling fear and commanding respect from the leopard. For a good 12 seconds, they engage in a thrilling standoff, with the leopard cautiously considering its options, while the cobra remains steadfast. It's a gripping showdown that showcases the incredible power dynamics of the natural world. And while the leopard may have hesitated this time, I can't help but wonder if it would have emerged victorious had it decided to go all in. Nature's theater never fails to captivate. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. A friend duo on a road trip stumbled upon something truly bizarre. And trust me, it's not for the faint of heart. This eerie mass was discovered in St. Lucia, and let me tell you, it's pretty stomach-churning. In the video captured from inside the car, as they drove along a forest road, we see a strange gut-like mass sprawled across the ground. At first glance, it appears to be a jumble of animal guts scattered on the road. But as the car inches closer, the weird shape and texture of this mass become apparent. According to some online viewers who've seen the video, it's speculated to be some kind of strange creature. Now personally, I didn't catch any movement or clear features to confirm that theory. But even if it's just a deceased creature, the odd shape and texture make it seem like something out of this world. Could it be an alien species, perhaps? Wild animals often live up to their name, but every now and then, they surprise us with acts of unexpected kindness. And this video is a perfect example of that.
You protect him? No, he got it.
Recorded by some tourists on a forest safari, this footage captures a truly heartwarming moment where nature's fierce predator unexpectedly becomes a protector of its prey. In the scene, we witness a young gazelle being chased by a lion. As the lion closes in on the gazelle, instead of pouncing to devour it, something remarkable happens. The lion begins to treat the gazelle as if it were one of its own cubs, gently petting it with a newfound tenderness. But the heartwarming scene takes a dramatic turn when another lion approaches, ready to make a kill. Without hesitation, our newfound protector springs into action, defending the vulnerable gazelle from its attacker. It's a truly incredible display of compassion and empathy from a creature we often associate with ferocity and aggression. This lion's act of kindness reminds us that even in the wild, compassion can prevail, and bonds can form between the most unlikely of companions. This next clip from YouTube has got netizens on edge as it unveils a truly bizarre and alien-like creature washed up on a beach. Hailing from Miami Beach, this video was captured by a beachgoer who stumbled upon the bizarre sight of a massive spider-like creature sprawled out on the shore. With a whopping 14 arms and a body resembling that of a spider. This creature's sheer size is enough to send shivers down anyone's spine, even from a distance. Speculation runs wild among netizens, with some suggesting it could be a deep-sea creature washed ashore, while others entertain the notion that it might be of extraterrestrial origin. But personally, I have my doubts. Could it simply be a piece of wood intricately crafted to resemble something out of this world? Regardless of its true identity, there's no denying the eerie impact this creature has had on those who've seen the footage. Imagine you've just splurged on a brand new BMW 5 Series, ready to hit the road and experience its smooth ride, only to encounter the unexpected. This jaw-dropping video from Oakland captures a shocking moment when this luxurious car finds itself in the midst of a deer stampede. In the footage, filmed from the dash camera of a trailing car, we see the car cruising along peacefully when suddenly, out of nowhere, a herd of deer materializes at the roadside and starts leaping over the car. The driver hits the brakes in a desperate attempt to avoid a collision, but fate has other plans. The car comes to a stop right in the path of the oncoming herd, and one by one the deer slam into the vehicle, with even one of the larger deer crashing onto the vehicle, onto the car trunk. It's a scene straight out of a nightmare. Thankfully, the deer herd eventually bounds past the car, narrowly avoiding a disaster. However, the damage is already done, leaving behind a shocking reminder of nature's unpredictability. Ready to witness a real-life nightmare? Brace yourself, because this video is about to take you on a terrifying ride. Believe it or not, what you just witnessed isn't a scene from a Hollywood blockbuster, but a chilling recording of a hurricane in action. The devastation is unimaginable as the raging storm engulfs an entire city, transforming it into what resembles a vast sea. Amidst the chaos, an eerie siren wails in the background, heightening the sense of dread and adding to the nightmarish atmosphere. But the nightmare doesn't stop there. The camera zooms in, and we see this huge, shadowy figure lurking in the hurricane mist. It's like something out of a monster movie. This scene is seriously chilling. Whether it's real or just movie magic, it's enough to give anyone goosebumps. Sweet dreams might be hard to come by after seeing this. People say we might be living in a kind of virtual reality, and sometimes strange things happen that just can't be explained. But this video takes the cake.
He looks like he has no head.
Should look at something.
I don't know. But he has no freaking head.
Yep, you're seeing it right, that's a camel without a head. This video is downright bizarre, showing something that's hard to wrap your head around. In the footage, we see a camel casually strolling along. But here's the shocking part, it's missing its head. There's no head, no neck, nothing. It's like something out of a surreal dream. Even the person filming is puzzled by this strange sight. However, at the end of the video, it turns out it's all just an illusion. In reality, the camel's head is actually bent completely on the other side of its body, away from the camera. The head is totally hidden from view, making it look like the camel is walking around headless. That nearly gave me a heart attack. It just goes to show, sometimes reality can be stranger than fiction. Believe in the Loch Ness Monster, or are you more of a skeptic like me? Either way, this video is sure to give you goosebumps when it comes to water. Recorded by a group of hikers from Canada, this footage reveals a mysterious creature swimming in a lake. As it surfaces, the creature appears long and daunting. Also, from the distance captured in the video, it looks massive, like its body resembles that of a snake, with a fish-like tail trailing behind, and the ripples it creates on the surface suggest it's both hefty and powerful. Now, people online are tossing around all sorts of wild theories. Could it be the Loch Ness Monster or something similar? But personally, I'm not so sure. Maybe it's just an oversized fish or something else entirely. Then again, who knows? I'm just trying to keep my sanity intact with a bit of speculation. I've been saying it, these bears are getting bolder by the day. Now, they're even trying to snack on things like GoPros, as you'll see in this video. This footage was captured by a GoPro camera left on the ground by a homeowner. While the camera was down and the homeowner was off capturing the beauty of nature, a sneaky grizzly bear sauntered over and sniffed out the camera. Mistaking it for some kind of tasty treat, the bear grabbed the camera in its mouth and began pawing at it, trying to get a bite. It even went so far as to try and insert it into its mouth, giving us a close-up view of its teeth and tongue. After a valiant effort to devour the whole camera, the bear eventually gave up and dropped it on the ground, even giving it a little stump for good measure. It was quite the shocking scene to witness. But hey, at least it captured some pretty incredible footage in the process. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. If swarms of insects give you the creeps, you might want to think twice before watching this video. What you're seeing isn't sand. Those are millions of baby crabs swarming through a neighborhood on Christmas Island. These tiny creatures are as small as ants, and they're covering the ground in a massive swarm. Just look at them. It's enough to send shivers down your spine. But why are these baby crabs doing this? Well, it turns out this is part of their annual march. Every year, for 9 days straight, these baby crabs embark on a journey back to their forest homes on the island. Meanwhile, during breeding season, adult females make the opposite trek to lay their eggs in the ocean. So while it might seem weird to see them marching through neighborhoods like this, it's actually a natural process for them. Still, it's hard not to feel a little creeped out by the sheer number of them. This next clip from Papua New Guinea shows the horror that divers face, especially in the depths of the ocean. Venturing to a depth of 57 meters in the Papua New Guinea Ocean, 2 divers set out on an exploration mission. As they were documenting their surroundings, one of the divers ahead sensed something approaching from a distance. Suddenly, a shark emerges in the frame, charging towards the diver with intent to attack. In a split-second reaction, the diver uses their leg to fend off the shark, and miraculously it works. The shark changes its trajectory, leaving the diver unharmed. It's a heart-stopping moment, and thankfully the diver's quick thinking and the shark's relatively mild aggression averted what could have been a disastrous underwater encounter at such a depth. For more strange and interesting footage, check this out.